Seminole Power Sports in Sanford, right off Reinhardt Road.
Buy me this.
And then you got Seminole Power Sports
Come on,
North.
man.
I know. What is that?
Buy me this.
We're on Seminole Power Sports website, by the way.
It's the Can-Am Off-Road. It's like their newest Can-Am. It doesn't say what it is, but here, let me click on it. It's the Can-Am Off-Road. It's a four-door. It's like a car. It's like a four-door car, and people around Baldwin are putting street tires on these things and using them as their vehicles to take their kids to Gators Dockside. I gotta do this, man. Call Kirby. I gotta go to... This is amazing.
They've got all the side-by-sides. They've got the four-wheelers, the dirt bikes, the street bikes.
Scooters. If you want a cruiser, they got that. They got the gear. They got the Yeti coolers, Yeti cups. If you want all of that, they got
Honda
the generators.
generators.
It's all the stuff that you want to buy.
Seminole Power Sports North, that's in Eustis. They got Suzuki brand and all the other brands Seminole has. But if you want
the Can-Am Commander. That's what it's called. It's called the Commander, Tom.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
It's called the 2024 Can-Am Commander Max X Mr. 1000R.
That is awesome.
Awesome, dude. And it's also $27,000. I'm getting one.
Well, listen, I mean, if you could drive around the street and go off-road, I mean, you take that thing anywhere.
God, it's so awesome.
And they have a great service department. I've used them many times. So if any of your things
that's
broken,
not the one I want. I want the Defender Max Limited. That one's $32,000.
Oh, okay.
That one's got a windshield that's detachable and it's automatic.
All right, yeah. So you can just go through the whole website and pick out a fun toy that you want for Christmas.
Got a lot of pre-owned too. I find that I waste a lot of time. Oh, here's one with street wheels. There's one with street wheels. They got one.
So someone must have turned
This is on consignment, dude.
Some Baldwin Park wife made their husband return it.
It's only got 38 miles on it. I might go down and see this bad boy. That thing, it's a four-door. Andrew ain't gonna let me get a four-door.
It's Seminole Power Sports and Seminole Power Sports North. How's the Vietnamese grocery store? What do they got in there?
Their specialty, Vietnamese grocery stores, their specialty is kind of like weirdo candies. So you get a lot of crazy little candies, little jelly candies.
All right.
And like little make-your-own kits and crazy Kit Kats that taste like weird flavors, like lemon green tea Kit Kat.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's white with yellow on the inside, or a green tea Kit Kat that's dark, like our matcha Kit Kat. All kinds of weird... Just weird. Fish candies.
Do they have some sort of, different meats, dude? Like a full duck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want, if you go to the ones that have the actual restaurant, what Andrea and I noticed that we really liked about the Spanish grocery stores, especially Brava, was that they had they had a hotline you could go through. Or maybe that was at Sedano's? Is that?
Sedano's?
Yeah. Sedano's. That's the other one I went to, Sedano's. Sedano's had a hotline. So you walk down the aisle, and it's like a really old grocery store where there's a lady, and she'll give you, like, pulled pork, rice and beans, fried plantains, but it's all, like, made by these grandmas. It looks amazing.
It's like a lechonera.
Yeah, it's like a lechonera. So you go in there, and, like, you walk down the aisle, and it's, like, super reasonably priced. But
can I get a little... paper thimble of Cuban coffee?
You can.
All right,
yeah. Café con leche.
Yeah. It burns your throat, and then you're up for 24 hours.
Yeah, I am sort of into, this is like a new hobby that I do when I'm cooking.
All right.
And then I made hot dog chili. Hot dog sauce.
There's a Filipino supermarket up here on Colonial.
Okay,
too.
good
I haven't
to know.
checked it out yet, though.
There's if you're looking for something crazy to do with your wife and you only got like an hour, hit up a crazy grocery store. It's fun.
So the hot dog chili, what is that?
Well, during football, I like to have like some sort of like football-styled food, you know?
Yeah.
And lately I've been doing chicken wings, but I told you I don't want to do chicken wings. So I was going to do like turkey dogs and try to make them taste like the chili dogs that I like from Virginia, which are mustard, chili, slaw, onion. That's what I like on my hot dog.
All right.
So I wanted to make the hot dog chili, so I got all the spices together, and then I guess you get the correct ground meat, which I wanted like a high fat content in it, and then I put it in there, and you put all the spices in there, and then I didn't know this, but I guess in order to get that creaminess of the kind of the hot dog sauce, as it's called, or coney sauce, people call it a bunch of different things, you fill it up with water, and you're like boiling it, which to me sounds kind of gross. But no, it works out perfectly. It ends up boiling, cooking the meat and simmering, and then the spices and the tomato paste that you put in there make it into like a hot dog chili with no beans. And I added onion and jalapeno to it, and Andrea loved it. It was really good. I love cooking. It's so fun.
That, if you have to have a passion for cooking for it to be worth it, right?
I think my passion in cooking
I wish I did.
Well, I like making things from scratch because it makes me feel better. Like, I don't know if I would cook every meal, but I like making barbecue sauce, or I like making the hot dog chili instead of buying it in the can.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something gross about that. But making it your own, I'm like, oh, this is great.
It tastes better, too.
It always tastes better.
It's fulfilling, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made it.
I made this, and it's this good.
And it really doesn't take that long. I've been having a little bit more time because I'm going through another one of my no drinking phases. So during football, what I would do is just walk over and, like, stir it and make sure it was going. And then when we got done, I made up a couple of hot dogs. I was going to make my own coleslaw, but that is not something I can master. If anybody has a good recipe or a way to do it, I prefer coleslaw on hot dogs that taste like KFC coleslaw. And I'd run out to get some KFC coleslaw because I like it finely chopped with a little bit of wet. But every KFC, I went to 2 here in town, no employees. Couldn't get any coleslaw.
No, yeah.
Sat at the drive-thru for one of them because I was already out for, like, no exaggeration, 20 minutes. And I'm like, hello? And the guy's like, please wait. I'm like, I can't, man. I'm going to probably just go to Publix. I'm like, thank you. It's weird. It's weird that
that's a job that society doesn't want to do anymore.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like the grumpy old lady on Nextdoor that I was reading. If they're not going to be people in there, close the doors, knock it down. Just get rid of it.
I don't know what their solution is going to be. It's like
you got to knock them all down. They're all bad, dude. Every single.
Apparently, if you heard Burger King, I saw that they're like a lot of them are going out of business, and they're like, I think they're filing for bankruptcy.
They paid too much for that song. That's an earworm.
That marketing for because
it works.
That's got into my kids' brains.
Oh, Maisie sings it all the time.
Yeah, they sing BK, have it your way, but that did not translate into sales. Apparently,
no.
And with the lack of employees and just, I think fast food in general is taking a downturn, and
which I mean, it's gross, but in a pinch, there's certain things you wish it would work.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the lady. I kind of feel like if I go to a KFC and there's one guy in there, and it's been like that for like a month, you lose your lease. Sorry, we have to knock it down now. It's done. Because it's just a waste. It's just a waste of the earth at this point. Just knock it down. There's nobody there anyway. It doesn't need to be there.
They need to figure out just some other way. I guess maybe they're waiting for the robots.
Just open the doors. An honor system would be better, right? Just open the doors and let me go in there. I'll get my own. I'll get my own coleslaw and I'll put money in the cashier. I'm not saying everybody else will do it. I'll do it though.
Yeah.
It's just it's done. And I tell Andrea that all the time. Maisie's really the only person in our household that like kids who craves fast food. I mean, we don't need it at all. But every time I've been since the end of the pandemic, it's always been horrible every time.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is still thriving.
Yeah, that one's been fine.
So it's like, the idea of the fast food is fine for Chick-fil-A, and everybody else seems to be struggling. And I'm not sure what Chick-fil-A has that other places.
Well, they're going to tell you it's God. Right? I have a feeling they're going to say the only reason they're succeeding right now and the reason their lines are good is because they're divine.
It just must be internally
There's also,
a better
I think, this
company.
psychological thing with people that people actually treat Chick-fil-A workers better than they do any other fast food workers. And so there's kind of a give and take there where because they're the my pleasure and they're overly
because
nice,
you give respect, you get respect.
People will be nice to them. But if you go into any kind of other fast food place, I mean, you see the videos everywhere. People are just straight dickheads.
Is it as simple
Why
as...
would, even if they raise the price, right? Like the wage for workers, people are still treating them like they're throwing drinks in people's faces.
Yeah.
Like
that's the give and get respect thing, right?
Nobody wants to deal with that.
Because when you
don't get rid of those videos because I really like the videos.
When you walk into a Taco Bell, you're already mad. You're mad because you're just like,
I'm here.
You're like, I'm here.
I'm mad because I'm here.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys ever get, because Taco Bell's the only fast food restaurant I normally interact with because it's Maisie's favorite fast food restaurant. Do you ever get the overly conscientious Taco Bell person and you're like, well, this person will be gone soon? I got a meal for her after dance on Friday night, I believe. and she wanted 2 burritos, and then Andrea wanted something, and everything was perfectly wrapped like Christmas, and somebody wrote on it with a grease pencil, like
Really?
bean burrito
God.
-onions. I'm like, are you? I'm like, this person's CEO of Taco Bell back there.
Yeah, they found like one like good employee,
And I said to Andrea,
that cares.
if I'm lying, I'm not. I looked at Andrea, I go, this person's as good as gone. I was like, you'll never get this again. They wrote it with
Could
a
you
black
imagine the
grease
manager, like you get the one diamond in the rough, like person's working their
But then
ass
they'll
off.
exploit the hell out of them. That's what happens.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're like, please don't leave. You're like, I'll do whatever. But you know they'll be gone. Like even they must know, right? They're like, I'm too good for this.
We're talking about food, and this sort of ties in. I found a video over the weekend. I'm sure a lot of people, if you're on Reddit, you've probably seen this. But I was trying to describe to you and Sam this. It's a training video for Waffle House, and they put it on Reddit. And I've got it marked. But at one particular time mark in the video, the gentleman or the owner or manager who's training goes on to an explanation about how you're supposed to, as a server, mark the plate for the chefs back or the cooks in the back of the restaurant so they know what to put on there. And it is legitimately the craziest thing and most confusing thing I've ever heard. And I think of myself as being pretty smart. Like, I don't think there's many regular jobs that you could throw at me that, like, after a couple days, I'm like, I got my feet wet, I'm in it, I'm good. I don't think I could do this, and I just think my mind would reject this.
You were telling me about this, and I thought it was just like a cook order. You know what I'm saying? Like a white piece of paper.
No, it's not paper.
That tells you what that goes on the plate. That's how I thought most like restaurants operated with, like, you get the white
They
order.
do have a ticket, but it's not. They have a system in place of just using breakfast items, jelly, jam, hash browns, ketchup, to tell you what you ordered, to tell the cooks what you ordered.
Instead of like
Here,
a ticket.
do you want to see?
Yeah.
Here, I'll
So
put it up.
confusing.
I'm going to put it up in the player here.
Okay.
And I have to go to a specific time. I got to go to, like, right around the 4. Okay, right.
I've never seen them do this. Although when's the last time you've gone to a Waffle
I've only
House?
gone to a Waffle House once in my entire life, and it was after our Brick Junkie show. So we were all hungover, and it was like 1 a.m., and we just sat at the bar.
I love Waffle House, admittedly. Breakfast is the food of choice in my house, and Maisie and Andrea love Waffle House. They just love it.
When it comes to oil, it's the Kobe of breakfast.
It is, yeah.
Because it's oily.
Yeah. It definitely can be.
We went with Turkey Leg's family, like, when he was up here in August or whatever.
Yeah.
And oil crazy. Immediate diarrhea.
It's not something. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially me. I don't even have a gallbladder. So when I go there, I just lean in. You know, I'm just like, I know what I'm getting. So this particular gentleman, I've got it up. You can watch it at twitch.tv/TomAndDanLive or at TomAndDanLive. The audio is playing, so that's why they're complaining. But here, check this out.
Okay. Plate scattered, smothered, covered, and peppered.
I got to go a little further. Okay, hold on. This is how you mark, right?
Okay.
Okay, watch this. This is just straight bananas crazy.
The magic marker system.
Waffle House is one of the world's leading server of eggs, so why don't we talk about them first? All of our egg breakfasts are automatically served with grits and white toast. A customer may choose to have a biscuit or possibly wheat, raisin, or Texas toast instead, and can also substitute hash browns, sliced tomatoes, or oatmeal for their grits. Let's start off by marking an order scramble.
Who gets sliced tomatoes?
My dad.
At the Waffle House?
Sliced tomatoes. He put salt
I
all
like
over
a
them.
good sliced tomato with breakfast.
Yeah. British. That's British people
Do
like
you even
that.
have fresh fruit here? Or
No,
vegetables?
they do. Okay, now if you'll look on the screen, you see he's got the plate. Now he's got all the accoutrement out there. He's got what appears to be mustard, ketchup, butter, hot sauce, 2 grape jellies, a napkin, a knife, a spoon, a mayonnaise packet, a tea packet, a coffee or oatmeal packet, tomato.
All the stuff that you'd see on the table, and this is what they're using as the code?
Watch.
Okay.
Just watch.
Right side up jelly pack vertically in the bottom position of the plate. The jelly pack represents 2 eggs, which we call an order, and the location of the plate tells us that they are scrambled. With the plate marked like this, the customer is getting an order of scrambled eggs with white toast and grits. If the customer would rather have hash browns, you simply add a few shreds of hash browns to the plate.
No. No.
Dude,
You just have random shreds of hash browns?
That's why I started laughing. Yeah, you just grab some out of because there's a little tin for your hash brown marker. It's a marker system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomatoes, instead of grits, simply add a slice of tomato, and for oatmeal, instead of grits, simply add a napkin with a brown sugar pack.
Wait, so this is the server, right?
If a
That is
customer
plating
wants their
this like
grits to be
this
served
for
in a
the
bowl,
cook?
Yeah.
you
Are
would
their
indicate-
hands clean? Where's that tomato slice go?
Yeah. I think you got on gloves.
This
yeah,
ACT.
I think you got
I
on
don't
gloves.
think so.
I think you do.
This is
Placing a
Waffle House.
napkin on the
No.
plate,
You
as all
cursed
bowls only
this
place-
ACT.
Oh! I forgot where I'm at.
You're all right. You're all right. Okay, he continues.
with a napkin underneath to prevent sliding. In this order, if the customer wants wheat toast, we simply flip the jelly pack over to indicate wheat. We use a pack of
How is
apple
this
butter.
easier than just writing it down?
This is straight crazy.
Is it-
It's like
have
jelly
they
pack
found-
up is white toast, jelly pack flipped is brown toast.
This
If
is
you
part
turn
of the
it-
training?
Have you
This is
found that Waffle House chefs are more visual and that's how they have to do it?
Maybe because if you get it, I think this is, I thought about it. I think if you get it down, it's quick,
Yeah.
but you have to get
You
it
just
down.
glance at it. You don't have
Yeah.
to read it.
Let's see what he says.
If the customer wants raisin toast.
Oh, if you want
If
raisin,
the customer wants
if you want raisin toast, he puts apple butter there.
I just text a person we knew or we know that was a manager at a Waffle
Oh,
House.
my God.
Like in
Yeah.
college, like there was a short time where Waffle House, like apparently, maybe they still do, but they pay their management super well.
Yeah.
Like 80 to 100 grand a year or whatever, and that way,
Someone in the chat said that the Waffle House employees can't read, and that's why that they have.
Oh,
dare
hey,
you.
take that back.
But-
Was that EJ?
It was Ghost.
It's the same cook as any other restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like
Let's see a little bit more.
a slice of Texas toast or a biscuit instead, mark the eggs with a jelly pack and place a slice of Texas toast or a biscuit on the plate to remind you that they prefer to have Texas toast or a biscuit instead. Some folks like to have their toast unbuttered or dry. In this case, we have a special mark to remind us to hold the butter.
Oh my!
Easily enough, it's a butter packet underneath the jelly packet like this.
Butter underneath the jelly for no butter.
So you can butter your own. You can butter your own. That's butter on the side.
Okay.
It's butter on the side.
Yeah, so they're supposed to remember this, all these
Oh
complicated
yeah,
codes.
and dude, this goes
How do
on
you
for
do-
like 9 minutes. It's like a 9-minute train. There's so many different combinations.
Do you have to pass a test after a certain, like how do you?
I don't know.
If someone was explain, like I'm not joking, this
don't know.
would take me
Yeah,
a
they
while.
probably give you a test, right? Like, what if you want
I
no
told you I
butter
couldn't
on your
do this.
toast? How do you plate it?
I told you I couldn't do this.
So what if a customer wants double toast?
Double.
Easy. Mark the eggs and then put an additional jelly pack beside the egg marker to indicate the extra order of toast, like this.
Well, now that doesn't make any sense because one jelly means eggs, and now two jellies means eggs and double toast. This is stupid. I'm about to curse again.
I like how
I'm
mad
about to
he's
curse
being.
again.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you the curse
That's
on your
not double
NyQuil.
bread.
If they want a biscuit, put a slice of tomato.
Like, what?
It's the best.
It's so convoluted.
great.
How did this guy remember?
But he's so good at it.
Let's look at some other variables to keep in mind when marking egg orders. While most customers order 2 eggs, occasionally a customer may only want a single egg. In that case, we'll mark the egg in the appropriate position to show how the egg is cooked and then place a ketchup pack below it. In that case, we'll mark the egg in the appropriate position to show how the egg is cooked and then place a ketchup pack below it. Here you can see that I have marked a single overnight breakfast.
I'm
In
never
other cases-
eating here.
Okay, wait. I get it now. If you put a ketchup pack, they put the jelly in the ketchup packet. That's 1 egg. If you put the jelly at the bottom, that's a 2 eggs. And then depending on how you turn it is how it's cooked, scrambled, over
Insanely
easy or hard.
complicated.
It is so complicated.
And I don't trust, number one, the server is definitely not putting on gloves just to plate this. Number two,
I love it.
Where
It's so
are all
great.
these packets coming from? Because that's the food. I mean, that's the plate they put your actual food on. So
coming
these
from my
nasty ass,
pocket. They're coming out of my
nasty
pocket.
ass jelly
Well,
hold on.
packets
Hot.
are
They're
just
warm.
sitting on the gross
I
counter.
warmed the jelly in my pocket.
Originally, they're coming from Wuhan.
Yeah.
So you got that.
One more. I can't resist.
A customer may be hungry and might want 3 eggs.
Uh-oh.
To mark a triple, you'll mark the eggs with the jelly pack in the appropriate position and include a mustard pack below the jelly pack.
Mustard now in the mix. Mustard has joined the chat.
Ketchup means 1, mustard means 3.
What the
Be a
hell?
Tom and Dan shirt.
Oh, is this a
Ketchup
mustard?
means 1, mustard means 3.
And it'll say Tom and Dan in the Waffle House font.
I love the Waffle House so much. And then when
Butter
I found
pack,
this out,
no butter.
You know what? I found this out. It did make me like sort of sad because those ladies are usually working their asses off. I'm like, this is torture.
Yeah.
You have to remember that. I almost
Are you looking for the most complicated, hardest job in the world?
And get paid crap.
But you pay for the least.
to work around
And the worst customers.
the worst people in the world.
We got a job for you. How is Waffle House still in business? I mean,
It's an Atlanta institution, man.
Are they having employee?
No.
They have to be having employee.
No, the
issues.
same cook down at this one's been there ever since it opened.
Let's go to a Waffle House.
We can go to this
Go-to
one.
show.
We'll go to this one down on Colonial. It's had the same chef for every time I've been there. It's the same guy cooking. It's been years.
I won't make it out of there without putting my pants up. Even
We can do a
Be
meetup.
just like your papa.
Hey, you know
what's the signal for hold the oil?
No
They
oil.
don't have that. They don't have that. Hold on, let's do one more.
We
Let's
put
do
some
one
oil
more.
on the plate.
Every time I say one more, it gets crazier. So we did 3 eggs, right? We get time for one more.
Here's an example of how to mark a triple scramble. If the jelly pack indicates 2 eggs, then how might you mark the plate if the customer wants 4 eggs? That's right. You use 2 jelly packs stacked on top of each other.
That's right, baby.
Because that's
2
right.
jellies.
You got it.
How are we supposed to guess that? Like he said that's right, as if we all yelled
Wait a
out the right
minute, 2
answer.
jellies is double toast.
That's what I thought.
You're
Yeah, yeah.
killing me, dude. You
Yeah.
put the 2 jellies with a mustard is 4 eggs, but 2 jellies
Yeah,
with
I'm
no
confused.
mustard is double toast.
Yeah, yeah. Shouldn't 4 eggs be a mustard and a ketchup?
You're way
How
off.
dare you.
You get the hell out of here.
That's
3 in
sausage.
1.
Ew, you just drooled
He's hungry.
every. He's
He's
hungry.
Yeah. We got a hungry teddy bear over here. I mean, she's on cold medicine, and she got it right. And you are not on cold medicine. You can't even play.
Who did Mr. House think this was better than just having a ticket?
No, but
It
this is-
I actually have mad respect for the workers
Oh,
now
me
because
too.
to be able to remember all of this.
Dude, it's like I was comparing at the time. I was like these workers remember more plays than Desmond Ridder, quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons right now. Like these workers have to know
Okay.
everything.
So I just text a former manager,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Do they have some crazy code with the jelly?" And then
Yeah.
and then she just said no. So did they? Is this like what they wanted to implement?
No, there's people in the chat that say that they do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like this.
Maybe it's store to
Here's
They're
store.
also
Walmart
saying
for 4
that
over medium.
Waffle House is trying to unionize and push for $25 an hour.
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean
They're part of the
you
system
have-
for helping after disasters and displaced people.
I mean, it's not going to be a $7.99 breakfast of insane amount of calories
Right,
anymore. But
right.
who did that's something of the past anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to get a 2,000 calorie
Breakfast at $3.99.
Yeah,
That's
for
ridiculous.
even $7.99. Like, you're going to have to pay $18.99 for it,
Yeah.
and it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's how things go. Things used to be cheap, now they're expensive.
I think he's marking 4 more eggs.
All
here.
right.
I just want to say before we get out of here.
One of the most popular ways to have eggs at the Waffle House is scrambled. So let's talk about different ways to mark scrambled eggs. The mark for our signature scrambled eggs with cheese is simple. First, mark the eggs as scrambled, like this, and then simply add slices of cheese. It's important to remember that the customer gets 1 slice of cheese for each egg. So if the customer wants 2 eggs, they get 2 slices of cheese. To make this a triple scramble cheese, you add the mustard pack below the
I'm reading an article
Do
about it.
3 cheeses and then I know 3 eggs, you idiot. Why are you doing 2 cheeses?
I guess it went viral on TikTok because a Waffle House cook brought it on TikTok or whatever, and he's saying that it's there really isn't a better system than what we do. It's fast and it's quite easy to learn. This does not seem easy to learn.
I think I'm stupid then because this to me, if I knew I had to learn this before I got there, I would have so much anxiety.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I guess I kind of get it because I'm a fast learner and I like tech stuff, but man, this seems like a lot. Why can't I just write 3 egg scramble hash browns on a piece of paper and hand it to the guy?
Yeah. Like, so do they go, like, they do okay, I was there a month ago. They write down what you want on a pad, right? So then they
and
go
then they have
over.
to set up the plates, I guess.
Yeah, and then they go and set the plates up. It's like, just use what you wrote down for the ticket. Like every other
An
restaurant.
upside-down mayo packet placed near a single vertical jelly packet on the bottom of the plate means the customer wants runny scrambled eggs.
What? Oh my God! Sorry, I didn't know it was going to start playing the gentle music of Waffle House.
It's not intuitive that you would know that. You would have to know exactly every code.
A napkin topped with a packet of brown sugar means the customer wants to
Oatmeal.
sub grits for oatmeal.
Oatmeal, I know.
You're getting it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm in.
Okay, hold on.
Waffle House Daddy, Adam and Eve on a raft, wreck 'em.
What do 2 pickles placed at the bottom of a sandwich plate indicate?
2 pickles placed at the bottom of a sandwich plate means extra pickles.
Nope. Breakfast sandwich with bacon.
I'm way off.
Now, if you
Why
move
not
the,
put bacon?
if you move the pickles to the left, right, or top of the plate, it indicates a different meat or no meat at all.
How do they do a different meat? Do I write it on the pickle?
Isn't pickle juice going to get all over your plate? What is happening over
I don't
here?
want. What do you do
Like,
with the
some
pickles?
people hate pickles.
What do you do with the pickles afterwards? You throw them in the trash. Those are my marker
You
pickles.
put them back
They're
on
not
the
for
dirty counter. I
They're not
think.
for eating. Those are marker pickles. We need to talk to somebody.
How does this
A
never-
horizontal ketchup packet alone in the midsection of the plate indicates a sirloin. Its position on the plate, nearer the top or near the bottom, indicates one of 5 different steak temperatures.
Oh, go to the bottom. It's rare.
It's like diagonal, medium rare. It's just like,
Yeah.
what? Like this,
So complicated.
If you open the ketchup
Just the
packet, they
words.
cut your steak for you.
Hold on. There's someone has to tell me how this is better than words, right? This is more complicated.
I'm going to try and get somebody. I
how
really
can this
am.
be more efficient?
I'm fascinated.
Somebody's calling in. Maybe they work
Okay,
for.
all right.
We do got to get out of here, though.
Hey, thanks for calling. Who's this? I chickened out. I'm the manager there.
Mr. House got him.
Yeah, we'll
I do
figure
love
it
their
out.
waffles with the vanilla. Oh, they're very good.
All right, we will be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. It's Polestar.
Polestar.
Polestar was the brand of
I do
electric
like that
car.
name. I like that name, Polestar.
And
The Tesla,
so-
I don't like. I love my Tesla. Don't get me wrong. I love driving it. It's super fun, but I do not like that Elon Musk is attached to it. Not because I even care about the guy, but just so many other people that hate the guy so much that everybody always asks me about it. I'm like, don't even ask me about it. I don't even care.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
has nothing to do with my car.
Yeah. That's
So I like having it drive me around. Me and Dansby, we get in it, and we just have it drive us in circles all around Orlando.
So it's funny because if I said Polestar to anybody else, no one would know what that was.
I would, yeah.
You have Daniel, I guess, because you have a Tesla. But I mean, have you ever heard of
No.
Polestar, Sam?
Well, I mean, I guess
never
if you're in
heard of it.
the EV world, people talk about that. The one that I really like right now, though, is this Alpha Wolf truck. It's like it looks like a terrorist truck. It looks like an old tiny Toyota, like with the the smiling KC lights on the top. I mean, that's what it looks like, but it's all electric and it's just a 2-seater. It's just a little pickup truck that rips.
Okay.
It looks so fun.
Yeah.
It's all black. Yeah, there's like one screen, like the dash, and a tiny screen, and then it's just a truck, electric truck that hauls ass. I'm like, oh man, that thing looks so cool.
I wonder, like, when, because like, how long will your Tesla last without before it starts breaking down in
I don't
some way
know.
or other? Like, that's what's
It's a
interesting.
good question.
I mean,
I've had it about a year and some change.
Yeah, most likely you'll be moving on to a new, a newer version or something before you'd even see when it finally breaks down. But it's
Right.
like, how many miles, hundreds of thousands? Because I feel like the average car is good for 120,000 miles before you start, like, maybe encountering certain problems.
Like, I don't even have any rattles yet, and a lot of people complain about rattles. And we drive this car a lot because I use it for all my errands.
Yeah, but it's not that much.
It
so,
isn't.
like, miles wise, like, how many miles you got on it now?
Maybe 15,000.
Yeah, it's a small
It's
amount.
not tons, no.
So that is like, when do the batteries start really giving you problems, and how many years do you get out of them and stuff? Like,
I take care of it though. I always keep it on the charger. I do what I'm told to do with it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see. I will say there are a couple of guys in the forums that have had those cars for an upwards of like a Model S for like 15 years, and they're still very happy, or at least they say that.
Yeah.
And you can't believe everything on the internet because, of course, people are not going to be very likely to share how miserable they are with a car that they bought that they thought was a horrible. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's also
how much truth are you going to put on the internet?
Too small of a sample set too, because if you take care of any car diligently,
right,
then it'll last you. I mean, you can get,
could be any car, could be a Gremlin, could be a Yugo. It doesn't matter.
You can get 400,000 miles out of your car. I feel like a standard Honda Civic, if you were up on every single maintenance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
especially a Honda,
and didn't rag it out
forever.
Yeah, like you didn't rag it out. You kept it in a garage.
Dude, my mom had a white Honda Civic. I think it was like an '83. You know, the bubble that looked like Herbie. Well, the Herbie was a bug, but it was the same sort of shape. You know, it was like that rounded shape, tiny little hatchback. If I could have that thing right now, oh my God, I'd cut my leg off for it, man. That thing was cherry. Had that black vinyl interior that was pressed to make it look like the little ropes. You know what I'm talking about? Where they press the vinyl to make it look like little ropes. Anyway, voicemail messages. If you'd like to leave us one, give us a call.
1-844-866-6326.
Why did we, it was last week when we got into the 844-866 thing, we started messing it all up.
Yeah.
It's 1-866.
Nope. 4 is before 6.
4 is before 6. Bros before hoes.
You can find it on the internet. Just give us a call.
1-844.
You go to the app, you can hit the mediocre messages.
Tom and Dan. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Screwed it all up.
Hey guys, I'm with Tom on this one. I'll tip when I go to a restaurant 20%, when there's a service being, provided, other than the service that is expected.
He's talking about the bud tenders or the marijuana, guys at the, the dispensaries. And you and I were disagreeing because I was saying I always tip them, and you were saying you never tip them, and this guy agrees with you.
Going to pick up food, when I come to pick it up, why am I tipping you? That is literally what you're getting paid for. You're not providing me service.
I don't tip when I pick up food.
You have to, that you have to do. Will you tip the bud tenders? You don't tip for food?
What? When I go to Donato's Pizza and I'm picking up a pizza?
You have to tip.
Pizza, I don't know.
Wait, I'm walking in and the guy hands me the box and I tip?
Yeah, you got to tip.
You just blew your entire bud tender argument because the pizza guy's not doing anything, dude.
Yeah, but the rest...
Then I should have had it delivered because the tip's going to be the same. It's going to cost me the same amount. No.
Pizza, no. But if you're going to pick up a to-go from a restaurant where they have to put all the food together and the napkins, and then you tip.
Yeah. No,
but if it's a pizza, I don't tip on a pick up a pizza. Are you crazy?
But I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up a pizza either. So
here's why you have to tip, because the industry screwed itself, and those people rely off of tips.
But you said yesterday that we got to scream at the companies to pay their employees, and we shouldn't have to tip them.
But that doesn't apply to pizza, Sam.
Now we're getting too confused.
Well, I'll
he picks
explain.
and chooses where his rules go.
No, because
it's logic.
The marijuana dispensary industry, it's still young, so we could change it. The restaurant industry in the United States has been living off tips for too long, and there's no changing it.
That's why I used a mom and pop. I used a mom and pop because a mom and pop can do whatever he wants. He can change it. He doesn't have rules from big companies to do it.
No.
He can pay everybody that works for him enough of a wage to not tip when I'm picking up a cheese pizza. And I'm not going to do that ever.
He can't do it because all of society, he couldn't be competitive with other pizza chains because they all...
Pizza chains?
The pizza chains.
Like my dad. He said it like my dad.
They all rely on tips.
I knew he was closer to my dad than not.
I talk like my buddy Fernando.
But it's about work, right? If the bud tender has to get 3 marijuana packages, print out 3 stickers, put the stickers, open each box, take the marijuana out, put the sticker on it, put it back in the box. It's about work. The pizza guy, all he has to do is what he would normally do for delivery, take the pizza out, put it in the box, and put it on the counter, and I go get it.
That's the guy up front. All the people making the pizza in the back, they rely on tips because the industry has
I do wish
them.
we could get away from the tipping system
because
it's too damn confusing.
It's too ingrained. It's like guns. We're America. We tip and
Can
got
we change
guns.
it? Come on.
No change.
Please.
Change? Who wants that?
Obama. Or was that Hope?
He did want it.
He wanted hope.
No, I think he had change
both,
first.
right?
I think he did change
Well,
first.
hope first, then change. But
No,
Change it back to hope.
I think it was change first and then hope, right?
no, I thought it was the whole thing was
I
the
can't remember.
the colors
Too
that
long
it said
ago.
Oh,
hope.
it's yes, we can. Who did yes, we can?
That was Obama.
Who did
I
we can
think
do it?
Change had nothing to do with it.
Wait, who did we can do it?
Changes.
Or is it
Change.
you can do it?
Oh, that's Tupac. Change.
You have to tip with anything food because society
Not pizza.
lives off of it.
Not pizza.
And pizza too.
Well, you tip at the bar for drinks. Why not tip at the dispensary for weed?
It's the same thing. He's
dispensary we could change with
it's already done, and the bud tenders work hard, and they deserve more money for the stickers that they do than the guy that just does the pizza, because the pizza guy's doing the same thing he would have done if it were delivered. Same thing. He's not changing. He puts a pizza in the box, closes it, and sets it on the counter. He's not doing any extra work. He's not having to put stickers on every pepperoni I have.
But they all split the tips in the whole food industry.
No, I think the delivery drivers split the tips. I don't think that the chefs in the back, I don't think Johnny Pizza does. He gets a different rate.
No, well,
Yeah.
all the tips are split with everybody.
With the drivers.
Well, no, also the
I
cooks
thought
in
the
the back.
drivers got to keep their own
No, I think
tips.
it's drivers only. I don't think you split your tips with the guy back there slinging pizzas.
See, delivery, I'm not sure, but like any.
But
tips,
you're acting like you do. You're acting like you're sure.
Well, no, any tips like in a restaurant? I know this because I've talked about it before with Fernando, who's the GM of a restaurant. They
Well, he
all
would know.
split now. Now that's
Well, that's
obviously
just because
pizza
everybody's
delivery.
soft now. I wouldn't split anything.
Yeah, but they compile all their tips and split them. I'm just saying that anybody who works in the restaurant industry, like they live off tips because of America and how we've been trained to operate our food industry. It's all on the tips.
I get you. I just disagree with what you're saying. I just think you're horribly wrong.
The dispensary
You're not going to
industry-
change my mind. You're not. You can keep talking in a circle, but no, pizza, you don't tip. At a restaurant, if I go up here to Firebirds and I get myself a baked potato and a steak, yeah, I'm going to tip that person because they're serving me. But if you just make me a pizza, if I get it delivered, I will tip you for delivering it. I will not tip you for me picking it up.
What about pickup orders at restaurants?
I don't tip
What
for
about
that.
like
You have to.
Chipotle, where,
No,
they
you
make,
don't.
where they make your food in front of you? Like
I don't
Chipotle.
tip Chipotle.
They got tip jars.
Tom says you're supposed to tip everybody with food because that's the
what I'm
American
asking.
way. It needs
Subway,
American.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
You don't. I'm telling you, I don't tip for food. I tip if you deliver food to me. You're getting a delivery tip. You're not getting a tip for making the food. If that were the case, as soon as I walked into any restaurant, I'd give $5 up front and just be like, "Here's your tip. Let's get this going."
Listen, I see your logic in your argument, and it's logical, but the problem is all these people live off the tips.
That's not my fault.
That's America's fault. That you have to follow the rules of America, which is tip anybody with food.
We can disagree on this and see.
At least $1.
We'll make this sit stand. We'll make this the new sit stand and see where people land.
I'm not tipping 20% when I pick up a pizza, but I'm tipping $1 or $2. And
Now,
with
do I
any
break
pickup
this?
order.
Do I break this? Sure. If I go to a bar and you give me a beer, as much as I hate to do it, I will give you $1 for that beer.
Well,
I will do that.
Well, what about the people that made the pizza and then put it in a box and all that? They cut it.
I'm sorry, this is America.
I mean, their job is to make pizza.
Yeah.
But the
I
industry.
tip the delivery driver, not the chef.
Yeah, the industry is living off tips, and so that's why we're screwing.
Well, we got to change the industry.
Yeah.
You can't change it. We could change the damn dispensary industry. Get rid of tips. They're not making the gummies. They're just putting stickers on it.
How come we can change it for the dispensary and not for the restaurant?
He's saying because restaurants have been going too well. It's a legacy. It's an old world thing.
That's all.
But we've changed it from having human beings take our
robots.
order to robots,
Yeah.
so we can change.
We haven't changed it
Anything's
yet.
possible.
We haven't brought in
But
the robots.
We can slowly change it. Are we going to be tipping the robots?
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could kick
So
them
once
down.
we're full robots, we can stop tipping.
Couple
Yes.
squirts of oil. No, you got to carry oil. You
No.
give them a couple
Because at
squirts.
Chili's, they already have the robots bringing your food
I
out,
don't
so you
like
don't tip
that.
there anymore,
No,
right?
yeah. If robots are involved, no tips.
All right.
Okay. we got to the
I'm
bottom of
waiting
it.
for it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you the truth.
Let's try this one right here.
What's up, T&D? Shart and Randy. Listening to the BDM show and Tom's talking about the power going out in Walmart. When I was a young tubby boy, we went to McDonald's on Good Friday, and the power went out, and the staff at McDonald's just started giving away everything. They couldn't keep it warm. They couldn't charge for it. But since it was Good Friday and we were pretending to be good Catholics, I was only allowed to go get free fillet of fish. Is there any worse combination of just ultimate giveaway free food that just sucks? Let me know your thoughts.
I like filet of fish. I'm not going to eat it now. I haven't had one in 20 years, but I remember the last filet of fish I had was it was fine.
Yeah, it's salt and fat.
Yeah.
We don't
How do you
like
not
that
like
grease.
it? It's a salty, greasy, cheesy sandwich with fish, some cod in there, whiting.
Yeah.
Whiting.
The fish doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
it's not even, what is it?
It's the grease and the salt and
Yeah,
the fat.
he's right.
And so it's impossible to say it's not good because that's what our human
My
body.
dad always used to call them whalers.
Well, that was Burger King's answer.
But he didn't matter. He would call McDonald's whalers.
Wow, you just made me want to hug your dad. Holy
No, you don't.
crap. My dad loved a whaler.
Screaming into the box, drunk, give me a whaler.
My dad loved a whaler. Is that
They
a
were-
Florida guy thing?
They were called whalers.
Whalers.
That's Burger King's
Their
filet
fish
of fish.
sandwich,
There's filet
yeah.
of fish is McDonald's, and Burger King's was the whaler.
Yeah.
Home of the whaler. That needs to be a shirt. We need to have a shirt that says, instead of Home of the Whopper, Home of the Whaler.
Yeah.
Didn't the
Whaler and Whopper are very good, man. Like, it's good alliteration. It hurts my heart that Burger King's filing for bankruptcy, and they just went back to their old signs.
Well, didn't
God, I love Burger King.
When they-
haven't been there in 10 years.
I'd love to be in the marketing meeting when they came up with calling their fish sandwich the whaler because
People didn't care about whale
Well, it
food.
also, but think about it.
They
Well-
didn't, dude. I'm being
Well,
serious.
well,
It was
well,
in
no,
the
think
70s.
about it. The Whopper, right, sounds like a big burger, right?
Yeah.
The whaler sounds like
Yeah.
a big fish sandwich.
It's great alliteration.
Yeah.
Whopper, whaler. It's
It
it's
makes
better.
sense.
It's better than Big Mac and filet of fish, but it just didn't work out. It's like Betamax and VHS.
But I would think I would say, or aren't the people eating these things gonna think it's made of whale? Like,
I never thought of that.
like really? If we call it,
You overthink a fish sandwich. I've never
Yeah,
thought
I
of
would-
that.
if you call it the whaler, wouldn't people?
I would just think big fish
Yeah,
sandwich.
big fish sandwich.
you wouldn't think that there was any whale in it. Like,
Stole it right out of my mouth. I'm like, whaler, big fish sandwich.
You guys don't think like dumb people. That's how
I don't think you think like a dumb person. I think
Yes,
you
I
think
do.
like I think.
Oh, yes, I do.
I for sure do because I find myself thinking.
I don't think you do, though. I think you
a lot of-
overanalyze it.
No. I think like
You're
dumb
like
people
whaler, Japanese whaler. Like it's like no, it just meant big fish sandwich. It didn't mean Japanese whaler. It didn't mean Hayden Penitentiary out there on a surfboard. It didn't mean blood in the water. It didn't mean cutting off the fins. Like you're going too far. It's just a big fish sandwich, whaler, big.
Yeah.
if I was a dumb person, which I am, I'd be like, why do they call it a whaler? Like, is there a
And then in 1978, the sandwich was reformulated with a long bun and was renamed the long fish sandwich.
The long fish sandwich.
So instead of a whaler, it's a long fish.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's all about size.
So I was
well,
right
the long
about this.
fish or the big fish, I accept, but you call it the whaler. You're like, is this whale blood? Is this whale
If you
season?
order a big fish,
So you're as dumb as Jessica Simpson when she asked about chicken of the sea.
Yeah, they heard it.
All right.
he's as hot as Jessica Simpson. Too.
When she
I like
asked
his
that
jean
question,
shorts.
I said, well, is it? Just like the rest of America.
Also, Johnny Knoxville banged you, didn't he?
What? Oh, he banged Jessica Simpson?
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, right? Didn't they do that together?
That's sort
Was
of
that?
that's sort
Did
of
they
the,
do that together?
That's sort of the rumor, right? It wasn't
They hooked
Stifler.
up.
It wasn't Stifler that got her.
I thought Johnny Knoxville had been married for like a real long time, like longer than people thought.
I don't know. After that Jamie Lee Curtis meme, I can't look at him anymore. After I saw that, I was like, I can't look at you anymore.
Yeah, he did turn
Like
into
somebody
Jamie
told
Lee
me,
Curtis.
somebody told me that Howard Stern now looks like Barbara Streisand vampire or something. And I was like, I can't look at you anymore. You're done. I can't
He
look
had
at
a year in between two of his wives, so maybe that's when he banged her.
Wow.
Let's try another one. Let's try. Did we do?
What's
yeah,
up,
okay.
T&D? Shart and Randy.
Sorry, that's Randy. We did Randy. Let's do this one about Waffle House. We played the marking system that Waffle House uses for, well, I guess certain stores use for marking plates, and it's absolutely bananas. You can find it on Reddit or on YouTube. Here is a follow-up email
Hey,
or voicemail.
Dan, Sam, and Pink Pig Ankles. I hope you like the ambient sound of my air conditioner, which does nothing.
Oh, man.
So I moved to Punta Gorda a few years ago, right at the start of the pandemic. And out here, we don't have a whole lot of options on dining out. And my wife and I have become regulars at the Waffle House every Friday morning because she insists I need something called underbooze before I watch your show on Fridays because maybe I get overserved. 2 questions. Do you pronounce it Punta Gorda or Punta Gorda? Question 2. Would you...
Let's stop there.
Punta.
Punta.
Yeah, it's Punta.
It's
when
not
he said
Punta.
Punta, I was like, what the
I
hell?
literally in my head was like, I have been saying it wrong my whole life because I don't know. I've never lived there, but I always thought it was Punta.
Yeah.
But you know
I've
what it sounds
only
like.
heard Punta.
When you say it, you're like, Punta.
Yeah.
And everybody knows.
Gorda.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah, Punta.
Yeah,
Punta,
and
Punta.
I know what Gordo means.
Yeah, big
Big Punta whaler.
Big Whaler Punta.
like me to ask my friends at the Waffle House about the crazy plate marking food system because I have a bunch of nice ladies who work there and a bunch of great guys behind the line, and I've never seen any of that mumbo jumbo. So yeah, I could probably get you a weird job Wednesday,
Yeah, please.
or you could call me about my weird hobby about eating at Waffle House every Friday before your show because I'm a fat.
Whoa!
Wow.
Hey, my God.
Yeah, like the bye-bye.
Yeah, oh, he got me at the end.
Yeah. You will.
That was real.
that will
That's called
cause
self-hate.
So yeah, the person I talked to used to be a manager at Waffle House. Wasn't familiar. They're like, what? I'd never even heard of that.
Well,
But,
they don't have to train for that, so they don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think
There were 2 people in our chat yesterday that said that they work there, and it's true.
But the person he's talking about, like, I'm pretty sure she had to know every job. I'm
Yeah,
almost
as a
positive.
manager,
I'm
you
almost
have to know
positive.
that,
I've
right?
talked to her about this before, and she knew how to do everything on the line because she was at the top tier. But I'm wondering if some places can choose to do it, or some places can like, nah, we'll pass. We'll just do it our own way.
Yeah, or if it's like some sort of.
Are they franchises?
Yeah.
I don't think they are they?
I didn't think so.
I don't
but-
think they are. I
maybe
think they're owned by corporate. I don't know. Anyway, we got to take a break.
All right.
Is this out of here? Are we done?
No, we'll be right back. One of my most embarrassing moments in my entire
Oh, yeah,
career.
they were bringing it up in the chat multiple
No, but
times.
did you
I know,
notice
yeah, I
I
know,
didn't
yeah.
do it?
I-
Look, do you notice your
Yeah.
comment on Monday when you said that when I yelled at the guy and I embarrassed you?
Yeah.
I flagged you, the robot thing. I flagged the thing and I said, don't do that. You bully him too much. You bring up things. You put him on tilt too much. Don't do it. Don't mention it. Just stay out of the way.
And-
let Ashley, Larry, and Tom and Sam just talk. Enjoy talking to a comedian that you really admire.
And this is part of the reason, the feud I've had with EJ, and this will.
He brought it up 100 times. He was really the only guy bringing it up.
This is.
No, there were other people.
Well, after EJ. EJ was first, I believe.
Of course.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
The
This is
real
why
rotten man.
I won't stop until EJ's life
Is dead.
is horrible.
Is it that great now?
I don't know. Well, no, it's not. But I can make it worse.
Damn.
And slowly but surely, I could chip away at it
I
until
thought you were on EJ's side.
I'm on nobody's side.
EJ has the worst. I'm so mad, and forever I'll die being mad at EJ over this. And if anybody doesn't remember, it's when we had Donnell in studio with
yeah.
us, and with the interview was
I put
going
that
great.
on you. You got lazy. You didn't fact check it. You got to fact check it. You got to fact check it.
Let me explain.
Did you fact check when I walked in
Hold
there and
on.
said that he had to retape his
It
special?
was a part of my preparation.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And we-
Preparation.
Perspiration H. He does Perspiration H.
And we try to show respect to every guest that comes on the show and work hard to try.
I don't know about every guy.
Well,
No,
the famous ones. Sam.
Okay.
famous.
The
Fair,
local.
fair.
If there's
The
someone,
celebrities.
if there's
Oh, yeah.
someone with clout and they come in
Yeah.
here, we lick their
Yeah.
boots real good. We lick them
Hey,
good.
but if I don't know,
A couple of bootlickers in there.
I'll try my hardest at the time, but I'm not doing that much prep before. But
But I'm not prepping for EJ. I'm not prepping for Joey. I'm not
Yeah,
prepping for
prepping.
Trivia
They don't
Drew.
prep, so it's
Trivia
fine.
Drew, I'm not prep. Well, Trivia Drew, I
Drew
might
preps,
prep
yeah.
for Drew
No,
because he puts
anyway.
a lot of effort into it.
So we're having a great conversation, and the interview is going great. And this is part of the reason why I don't look at the chat room anymore. It's EJ's fault.
It's burned. Oh, by the way, he does have a computer that he had me install for him to look at the chat room, and that was EJ. You
That might have been the last day you looked at it.
I installed an effing computer and put a goddamn screen in front of you, and then he used it 2 days. You hurt his feelings. He abandoned it.
And we had a good rapport. And then and especially, obviously, we'd love to have people on the couch because it's a different energy.
He was so into the conversation. He was sitting on the edge of the camera. I remember I had to move his camera because he was into it.
He's a pro too, and he's
energetic. Yeah.
And
he was giving us the deal.
We're talking to him, whatever, and then all of a sudden I just glance over at the chat room, and then it just catches my eye because this wasn't part of my prep. I had all the questions. It just catches my eye that someone I didn't even know it was EJ at the time.
That was the start of your TikTok addiction.
It just said, ask him about doing the robot on Chappelle's show, right?
And then you're like, ooh, tidbit.
Well, it just stuck in my head, and then I was like, that is it. Maybe he has an interesting story about how that started or whatever. I wasn't even if I would have known before, I would have obviously put it together. It's not the same guy. Yeah. He's Ashley Larry, not the robot guy. The robot guy was different.
But you were doing the calculation, right? It's not like somebody said, ask him about being in the rap group NWA, right? It's not like something that they just launched out there. You were doing computations in your brain.
I've seen every episode of the Chappelle show, but it's been a while, so it's not fresh in my memory of and then so in my brain I was like, oh yeah, that's we're doing improv conversation is the interview, and then I asked him, and he said that I'm racist.
That was the other black guy.
That was the other black guy, and I'm not joking. I still am scarred by that because I was like, I still punish myself.
EJ says it was a perfect bully move, and that's why he's mad at me. But I contend
that EJ didn't know. EJ thought it too.
He thought it was the same guy too. EJ is not inherently. Here's why I know.
Yeah.
EJ's a nice person. In his heart, he's not that guy that would deliberately. He can't do that.
No, he's not smart enough.
He's like
that's an evil genius move.
Yeah, you're not an evil genius.
He's not like, hey, I'm going to throw this tidbit. EJ thought that, and now he's trying to pivot and say, I did this on purpose.
I meant to do that. You're not. You're not an evil genius. You're a dumb nice.
No matter if it's on purpose or not, I'm still mad forever about it.
Okay.
I
put a little bit on you. I disagree a little bit. I think that you and EJ take equal blame because you should have fact checked it in your brain, or at least did a quick Google search on your phone.
Well,
just type in there robot Chappelle and see whose face pops up. You didn't do that. It's 3 seconds. You always say Google. It's in your pocket. All the questions.
No, but when someone's sitting here and I'm looking, it's rude to start looking at your phone during an interview.
EJ's holding fast. He's saying he knew better. That he's still maintaining that it was deliberate. I think that you sound like a politician now.
EJ does nothing fast.
He swam faster than you.
Yeah, he did, but that's not that fast.
I didn't say it was fast, but it's faster than you, buddy.
By the way, I have this. EJ, do you think you could beat Seth at a swim race? Because
please,
I think he could.
I know.
Please,
I think he could.
Because I want to bet.
Let's do this
because Seth's coming in for our.
Are we going to do a Thanksgiving race?
No, our pre-Thanksgiving Friday Free Show next week, and I'm thinking about betting.
Thanksgiving.
Wait, is Seth coming in?
Like it's a white man can't jump.
You can't have Seth come in. He's really mad at me.
No, he's coming in.
He and his girlfriend are soon-to-be wife are very mad at me.
Why? What happened?
I've RSVP'd to their shower, and then I didn't show up. I forgot that Maisie had a dance
thing.
Did
it already happen?
Yeah, I missed it, and I didn't.
Did you go, Tom?
I never do that.
No, I didn't RSVP. I didn't even get an invite.
Wait, this isn't about you RSVPing. She asked if you went. You said that to make me look worse. I see how this works. That was a passive shot. Passive shot. Passive shot.
I invited Seth. I was like, you want to come in this week? He's like, I'm mad at you guys for not showing up at my baby shower.
Oh, yeah, they got married. Did you see that on Instagram? Yeah, that's right. They got married.
They got married?
Yeah, they got married.
Oh.
I just saw that.
Are you serious?
I forgot about that last night. Andrea told me as I was falling asleep.
Was it at the baby shower?
I was doing a meditation.
I know someone that did that.
Oh, my God. I was doing a meditation in bed, and I just actively called it a meditation.
Hold on. We didn't get... there's no bachelor party? Well, that was the whole...
we'll do it Friday.
That was the
He's lame now. He's lame.
That was the only thing I was excited about.
No bachelor party. He's mad you didn't go to a baby shower. He's a lame-o.
We'll do it on the show.
Because I was like, this is the last chance to go to a bachelor party.
No more chances.
They got married
Boring
at the dojo.
Boring dad now.
Christine says should you text him and see if he'll call us.
He got married at the dojo.
Everything is the
Guys,
dojo. Dojo
this
is life.
too far.
What is that? Believe. Dojo is life. What's that
Also,
stupid
That
show?
is so.
Also, a free venue.
Right, it might as well be a backyard wedding.
Seth is Karate Andrea.
Oh
Cheap
my
as hell.
God.
So cheap. My wife is so cheap. Oh my God. My wife right now, if she heard that, got married at the place you already own. I'm pretty sure, Andrea, if we'd have had a backyard that we could have been married in, she would have done that.
Well, we'll ask him all this when he comes in next week. But
Okay.
anyway,
we could do the bachelor party in the studio.
I want
Can't do it after the fact. He lost
Yeah,
out.
you can
He
do it.
lost out.
You can do it after the fact.
EJ, send
He's a married man now.
Like a belated birthday card.
send or post a picture on Twitch of you with your shirt off at your fattest, just so I can get that.
EJ?
Because I want to ask Seth, like, do you think you could beat this guy in a swimming race?
So this is a setup where you join forces with your greatest enemy and get him to beat somebody that you like to
yeah,
bully
for
them.
money, and I'll bet Seth. I'll bet
Are you gonna-
$1,000.
How much money are you going to cut in EJ? He's doing the hard work. You're just kind of like the point man.
Well, I'm brokering the deal. I'll
What,
give
do you get a lion's share?
I'll give EJ. I mean, EJ's doing it for. This is the only chance for EJ to get
EJ's
attention.
doing it for the gram.
Ever since the swim race, EJ's been showing up at the show. He's been in every single chat. He's been on. He's drunk with a celebrity because we're giving him too much attention. So he's
forgot he
fine
got
with
married.
that. Anyway, I need to win $1,000.
Okay.
Seth, because I think
are
he'll
things
bet it.
bad? Are things bad in gambling?
No.
Yesterday you said they were.
You just said the phrase. You just said the phrase. I need to win $1,000. You didn't say.
Well,
Since when has gambling been a need?
Also,
Needs
guys,
are
if you
like-
want a cameo, sign up for Cameo because they
Those
need.
things- Okay, let's talk about Cameo for a second. It's already failing because last night we had a Cameo, or Monday night, we had a Cameo that was expiring, and then my phone started going crazy, and I look at it, it's like, you have 30 minutes to finish this Cameo. I'm like, oh, God. And it was some guy, he's like, I want you to do this for my friend Jerry. He's a Marine. You have to wish the Marines a happy birthday because it was the...
Sailor
Oh, it was for
Jerry.
Veterans Day, yeah.
Or it was the birthday, also, I guess, the birthday of the Marine Corps.
Okay, yeah.
So you weren't there, so I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I had Andrea prop up Dansby, and I was like, hey, it's Dan, and I know you're expecting Tom, but here's Dansby the dog. And I was like, I'll give you a refund because Tom's not here. We're overworked. It's an event week. We forgot to do this, and I don't want it to expire, and I did the whole thing, and it's just like so
did
stupid.
he like it? Did he say
Nobody said anything.
We never get any
No,
feedback.
nobody
about it.
says anything.
Which is like me. And
Cameo's stupid.
me and Daniel.
So sign up for it.
You get money for it.
Yeah.
$9. That was a $9 one. Because then these people are using codes and cheap dicking us. These people are getting
promo codes?
They did a promo
Promo
code.
code.
They used a promo code. So this person, because they used their Apple Pay, they used Apple Pay with $6 off. And then by the time
Goddamn.
Cameo takes like their $7, we're left with $9. $9.
It is funny how
And I was pouring my heart out. I had my dog. I had my wife moving him up and down. He's dancing.
like it's funny because like we're like $9. Wow, it's not even worth it. But there was that one time in my life that I would work in a stock room at Champs.
Yeah, for any amount of money.
Entire
Less than $9 an hour.
Yeah. Then with taxes and everything taken out, FICA. What the hell is that?
Don't say that.
And then I'm getting
Let's see how much money we have.
$6 an hour. Horrible. Anyway.
Okay, let's see. I guess we've done all our requests. Okay, I thought we had one. We have $243 ready to go.
Well, I want to bet it all.
Oh, we have
but
5 reviews.
I'm on a.
Oh, there you go.
You want to hear our reviews?
All right.
Let's see here.
This sucked.
We do have one
They
that's
did not
kinda like
do what
that.
I asked for.
No, we try our
We do
hardest.
have one that was bad. Let's say Tom and Dan kicked ass creating this personalized Cameo, SFT. That's 5 stars. Then we have one from somebody who says, that's, quote, all I'm getting on my birthday. Just a hearing the words happy birthday and did not do what I was hoping they'd say to my parents as it was stated in my instructions, which... That doesn't sound right because we read all the instructions and do it.
Well, hold on.
I don't know.
What instructions? Is that the guy that wanted us to do some wacky...
Salt on your lips or something?
He wanted...
Lick salt off your lips?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He wanted to pour some sugar.
Yeah, I'm not putting sugar. I'm not your whore.
And then it was like, do this dance and then like read this play. It was just, and we're like, we're not doing all that.
You know what?
$9.
I'm going to recharge your card for an extra. I can do do that. I can go in and charge you double.
Hold on, he's mad because we didn't do the whole.
He says that's,
salt on the
quote,
lips.
all I'm getting on my birthday. Just hearing the words, quote, happy birthday. He didn't even spell things right. This person's all lowercase and did not do what I was hoping they'd say to my parents as it was stated in my instructions. Oh, so sorry we didn't do your instructions, you dick.
Hold on, but
I mean, you're supposed to do it.
No, we did. We do all their instructions, but apparently it wasn't enough. He wanted us to look like utter fools.
I remember this, guys. We do the instructions. There's like, hey, this person's birthday, they like this stuff. Can you say? Can you joke around? We do all that, but then this guy was like, "Wait, I want you to dress like a penguin, put salt on your lips."
Yeah,
and like they're
it was like, I'm not dressing like a penguin. It was like salt on my lips.
It was like, read this statement verbatim, and it was like a paragraph.
Yeah, when you get on Cameo,
like, I'm not doing all that.
I'll give you $9. You put the salt on your lips, penguin. I'm not doing it. You can get it. If I get it, you know what I'm telling you to do. You can get it.
It was a ridiculous request to read a whole paragraph of salt on
and then you
your
go in
lips.
there and you rate us bad because we're doing you a favor? Oh, my God.
Give him a refund.
I should. It's our fault.
That's all right.
Let's see what I can do here. Let's see. I can. It does give me 3 buttons, or I can click.
The problem is, we give him a refund. He's not going to go back and change his review. The review will live on there forever.
I can go in and redo his video, so I guess I could dress like a penguin and put salt on
all right, we'll do the salt.
God damn it.
Full salt. Never go full salt. At some point, you do kind of feel bad when people are like making these outlandish things. They're like, "Hey, this is for my girlfriend. I really just get her good. I mean, anything's on the table. Make her cry." And I'm like, I don't know, man. How about just "Hey, I'm glad you're listening, and thanks for." I don't know.
I mean, if you say to make fun of someone, we'll try or whatever. I mean, but
I think they want us to go
be mean,
way hard.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be mean.
I mean, they've said that before, but I don't think we ever go like real. I feel weird doing it for you're getting like $9. I'm calling some guy's wife a whore. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sorry. I'm conflicted.
I don't want that on video.
I'm 47 years old. I just talked to Donnell Rollins, right? He's talking about dressing nicer, wearing suits
being
and stuff.
A good father.
So I'm going to put on a suit. I'm going to be a good father, and then for $9, I'm going to call some guy's wife a whore on a video.
Oh, you got $9 for it.
It's not worth it.
It's not really.
Yeah.
$9.
Also, you're
one sub. That's a sub.
I'm conflicted sometimes because you're like, are you going to wear your purple suit to the beer fest?
I like your purple suit,
and
I want to get a little purple suit.
We should match,
so we look like Big and Little Enos from all of the Burt Reynolds Smokey and the Bandit movies.
You got to start going to events as like a package deal here.
He doesn't want to do that. I've asked him to do that. Also, Andrea's hounding me about these shoes she wants you to buy. Because she says all the finance bros wear a certain type of shoe, and you need to wear it in order to be cool. She sent me 3 screenshots. She wrote a statement I'm supposed to read later.
No,
it's talks about what shoes. Yeah, I got them in my phone here.
On Clouds, right? Something like that.
I think they're On Clouds here.
Show me a picture.
Okay.
Is it like a tennis shoe?
Oh, they look like Skechers shape-ups.
No,
they're a big, beefy shape-up.
Not the one she sent me.
The one I'm looking at.
The one she sent me were good.
They're big old Montanas.
No, they're not Montanas. Hold on, I'm trying to find them here.
Oh man, these look terrible.
No.
I must be.
I looked at the ones that she showed me. I was like, oh, those are cool. I mean, they just like regular shoes, really.
Why did Joe Montana do a Skechers shape up?
Money, you know why?
No, I know money.
You know why?
Just like why you guys call people's wives whores for $9.
Yeah, but Joe Montana.
I'm the Joe Montana cameo.
Like he's got enough.
I would respect Joe Montana more if they're like, you know what he does for extra money for $9? He'll call your wife a whore. I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
I don't think Joe Montana knew the reputation Skechers shape-ups had.
Dumb old man. There's plenty of dumb old mans out there. I had to get involved on a Mediocre Time Discord chat because there are a couple guys on there that were about to buy some Hey Dudes, and I had to step in and be like, you can't do that.
I saw some mediums, they love them.
They're the absolute worst and most horrifying shoe. They're worse than Crocs. At least Crocs lean into goofy, right? Like, Crocs lean into, being crazy, but Hey Dudes are trying to mask they're trying to make you believe that they're actual dress shoes are actual shoes. But they're not. They're just Crocs.
But they're on the Venn diagram of Crocs. So I feel
worse. They're worse. They're lower than Crocs.
You and the Crocs and the Hey Dudes, they're in a whole.
Hey Dudes
together.
have a reputation of, let's just say if you, how do I say this? Bad people wear Crocs. Bad hombres. Bad hombres.
Wear Crocs or hey dudes?
Oh, I mean, hey dudes. Sorry, hey dudes. I started floating away there for a second. I was like off in the stratosphere.
All right, let's take a break.
Ooh.
No, we're getting out of here.
What, did you fart?
No, I didn't, but it smells like stew in here now.
Stew?
Yeah, it smells like a crock pot of stew.
Are you having a stroke?
I might be. You don't smell the stew?
I do not.
I smell nothing.
I don't know,
smell
man.
the stew.
I smell stew. Sounds like beef stew in here.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
There it is.
There it is. It is a corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Did you know, as of this morning, and I think we've had this for a while, but I went and was kind of manipulating a little bit, that you can go to any of your Amazon Echo devices and you can say, hey, and then whatever her name is, and then you can say, hey, play a mediocre time with Tom and Dan, or play a corporate time with Tom and Dan. And it works. It'll just start playing our show.
Yeah, and Daniel, thank you for keeping up with all these, because it's like every new platform is like, we got Netflix podcast now. Everything's starting and then
Dude, it's crazy.
Android's
Peloton added NBA now, where you can watch the NBA while you're pedaling the bike, and it's like everything's all
no more Google podcasts.
No.
Now it's YouTube podcasts.
Yeah.
And you got to keep up with that because it's changing.
Stitcher's dead. I mean, it's every day it's something different. We're also live right now, our live stream. If you like watching podcasts, which seems to be a thing, you can watch us on YouTube at Tom and Dan Live, or on Twitch at Tom and Dan Live.
Also, our Bad at Business Beer Fest is this Saturday, and the Sofa and Suds Sanford Couch Races are Sunday. So if you want a free sample cup and gift bag at the Bad at Business Beer Fest, just show up. We're going to start giving them out at noon, even though Google says 11. It's at noon. We're going to start handing out the wristbands and sample cups. Bring your ID.
Yep.
And we've got 2,000 of them. So
Yes.
I think we got it covered. So
Bring friends. We want to give them all away. It's always been our goal to give them all away. And this is one of the best beer fests because it's a celebration of all the wonderful brewers that we know. I mean, a lot of these guys are friends of ours that you and I've known for as long as we've been doing this podcast, which is coming up on 20 years.
So my advice is to go get your gift bag and sample cup. Maybe put the stuff in the gift bag back in your car. Go have some beers at West End or Celery City.
Maybe grab some lunch.
Or grab some lunch at Hollabox. And then at 2, or just hang around. We've got a ton of our
lot of
partners.
People are going to be hitting the joint. Because
Yeah.
they got that brunch going on.
You could hit the joint for the brunch. Oh, one thing you could do is you could find Tom and you could just kind of follow him around and stand next to him.
Oh, awkward.
The entire time trying to talk to him while he's trying to walk around and handle things. He loves that, and I would encourage multiple people to do that.
Now, we have hired someone to be our event coordinator for the day.
Yes, we have.
So Christine is helping
Thank
us.
you to Remy and Christine for helping out.
I forgot to tell
helping
Christine.
out.
Yeah.
Remy is going to be the assistant to Christine that day.
Well, I told Remy he's actually the manager, and Christine's
and then
the
Christine's the
assistant to Remy.
Assistant to Remy.
Yeah. That's her official title.
She'll love that. Yeah, she'll love that.
And so that way, me and Daniel and Sam can just hang out and
Can
talk
kind
to
of
people.
kick back and be racist.
I was sitting in my truck
Until right when it starts. I'm going to sit in my car until 2 p.m. Like 1:59, I'll walk over, grand appearance.
I just like parking on the outskirts of the beer fest. I sit in my truck like I'm the manager at a construction site. and listen to
and then you just text Christine when you need her to do something.
There used to be.
And I eat a Jersey Mike sub and then listen to AM sports radio.
There used to be certain radio disc jockeys or talk show hosts that I would work with that would literally sit in their car until their promotion started at like Beepers and Phones, and literally it would be like if the promotion started at Beepers and Phones at 2 p.m., 1:58, they'd walk over under the tent. I mean, when the thing ended at 3 p.m., at 2:57, they walked to their car. Already walking to their car. A listener could be mid-sentence talking to them. They're like, that's fine. And they'll walk right over, drive right away. Mid-sentence. I kind of respect that.
The life of a radioman standing in a parking lot under a tent.
Yeah.
It's
a strange thing.
You're like, who paid for this? Is not worth whatever they paid.
And they always put you by the gas grills, Sam. Always by the gas grills
This is
outside in the lawn department.
It's also it makes you feel bad. It makes everybody feel
It's
bad.
embarrassing.
Even the listeners
when I was
that like the
smoking-
radio station, they're like, "That's Big John in the morning."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Why is he standing in a 7-Eleven tent?"
Yeah.
Like it's a
Little
meaning
Dad.
to him.
That's little Dad from the Monsters. Like,
Yeah.
look, he's standing under the tent, and then they put you next to the propane. And at the time, I'm smoking. I can't smoke there because of the propane, so I got to walk away.
Because in the listener's mind, they're like, "This guy's on the radio. Why is he's standing at Claremont 7-Eleven like, on a Saturday at 1:30? Like, this is sad."
Would it make you feel?
Who's it do-
This is the last thing I'm going to say on this, and then we'll get to some emails. Would it make you?
Or should
feel,
we bring our guests
Yeah,
in?
we're-
since
we're-
Oh, do we want to bring them in?
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
You guys can come on
that's
in.
right. There's no place to sit out there.
No, I know.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
They're
come
just
on in,
standing
guys.
around our
Yeah.
boxes
Come
of
on
junk.
in. Come on in. We got our guests. Come on in, y'all.
We got a Holobox.
Yeah,
we got
come
Aaron,
on in,
Chef
yeah.
Pat.
Our box.
Come grab a seat. Sorry about all the.
We're running it live. Do it live.
You brought a lady with you this time, which is always nice.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, how you doing?
Very nice to meet you. We're doing it live.
Speaking of marketing, we've got a Holobox gift card and every single Bad at Business Beer Fest gift bag for free schnapps. Uber Keller,
in
correct?
the Uber Keller.
Yep. So
You guys are going to have to tighten up a little bit if they want to see both of you. You're going to have to
Sit closer.
sit like you like each other.
is it good for that
Can we
day?
just hold hands in the
You
middle
could.
of the couch?
I would. Oh, there you go. That's
'Cause
perfect.
I like when I get a coupon and then I'm excited about it, and it's not good till tomorrow.
Don't
it's
say
not good
coupon,
for
pop, pop.
the same day. For that.
It's a voucher in
Yeah, a voucher,
2023,
okay,
okay?
a voucher. I like
I got
that.
clipped my coupons this Sunday.
But can I use it on that Saturday if I wanted to?
Sure.
All right.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like the one where you get like you're buying something and they're like, and here's a coupon for a free one next time you're here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that. Have you
You're
ever
like,
done
well,
the
I'll
move?
never be here again.
No, have you ever done the move that my dad would do where my dad would, and this is embarrassing to say, but he's not here. He would walk outside and then walk back in and go, I'm back, and then and argue with the daughter. And I'm like, don't do this, Dad. Please don't do that. We're at a Sizzler or whatever. Like, I don't even know where we're at. Could have been at Hamptons getting a hot dog.
I miss Hamptons.
Hamptons was, I mean, you don't know what Hamptons is. Hamptons was a little hamburger and fried chicken joint in DeLand that you would drive up, and back in the day, they would serve you with the tray outside your window.
I think there's still one in Daytona because my mom tried to get us to go after a funeral a couple months ago, and everybody's like, absolutely not.
No, it's great. No, Hamptons is fun, man. Like, Hamptons was like, those style eateries or diners. I mean, Sonic tried to do it, but it's just not good. You know, like, it's not, to me. I mean, I'm sure there are some people out there that really enjoy it. But Hamptons was like a one-off. Like, you'd have, like, just a regular, like a bowling alley hamburger, a bowling alley hot dog. They'd use the garlic buns. They'd do the footlongs that are huge.
Yeah.
And then they'd serve it on it was like the tray you'd get in school, and it'd have these metal little clips, and then they'd have yellow rubber on them, and then they'd clip it to your window, which is like, how many windows did they shatter? Probably hundreds, right?
Yeah.
It's a really bad idea. The whole thing is about, I don't like eating in my car
Scratching
anyway.
your tent.
Correct.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like there could be, and this could work well in like tourism areas, but like bringing back some old restaurant just for nostalgic sake, like
Sambo.
well, like I remember
That was a joke. I'm sorry.
Steak and Ale in Miami. Like if I walked into a Steak and Ale, it looks like a GD castle inside. Like
That was
a dungeon.
Andrea's favorite restaurant. That was my wife's favorite
And
restaurant, is a Steak and Ale.
I remember going with my grandma to Steak and Ale on her birthday
Oh, yeah.
dinners, and then we go and sit down.
Do you have a voucher? Sometimes you have a birthday
The
voucher.
cold plates at the salad bar, the little metal cast iron plates.
Chilled, and they're in that spring-loaded plate chiller.
And I feel like you could open one up, and then people would go just to walk in and be taken
look
back
at
to
the
the 80s.
Fazoli's down the street here.
Yeah,
They're
crush it.
line
I've never
out
been.
the door.
I can't go in there.
Oh, we
Andrea
did-
and I
we did
tried
it.
to go to Fazoli's. We can't get in there.
We got the sweet timing, got my order on the iPad
What'd you
there.
think? What'd you think?
Just as crappy as
Yeah!
it was 15 years ago. Breadsticks, just as
Yeah.
good.
Is the nostalgia going to keep it going, though?
Yeah, for a little while.
Dude,
Yeah, because once you go back once, you're like, all right, I remember.
Tom, I thought, the first week, line. Second week, line. I'm like, it'll let up. It hasn't let up. Every time I drive by the Fazoli's, it looks like a True Leave. I mean, it's nothing but cars in the Fazoli's.
Yeah, I know, but the excitement will wear down eventually.
I think it did with like White Castle I kind of feel like
I've still not been out there.
Jollibee.
I haven't either.
Jollibee's good, but I don't like the spaghetti with the fried chicken. Is a
I
weird.
want that, but
it's
I can't
weird.
get it.
It's a weird thing. It's like Jollibee and Linda's La Cantina are the only people I know that put spaghetti with everything.
All right, let's talk Hollabox.
Yeah.
Let's talk Krampus.
Yeah.
Because
I got some because I'm having my friend.
because
That's a horrible thing to say.
like when before I had kids, I thought that I would use and the kids would be motivated a lot more by if you don't act well or if you don't act good this year, that Santa will only bring you a lump of coal.
You have to
Follow through.
You have to follow through and back it up. You have to
You can't just give them anything they want anyway.
You can't just say it and not follow through
Right.
with it.
No, but I know I even have figured like I'll never actually give them a lump. No one gives their kid a lump of coal. That's never been done.
Yes, it has.
Like,
I bet it has.
by a crazy person.
Yeah.
Your dad did that?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
I thought you said
I
my
guess if
dad
you
had.
could-
Screaming at our guests.
I said it's not that bad.
I'm gonna calm
You have
down.
been screaming at all of our guests.
Holy
this
smokes,
week.
this week.
I'll
is
take it.
good.
I'll take
Very
it.
All
angry.
right, I'm
A little
calm down.
angry
Just trying to
this
bring
week.
some energy. Donnell Rollins. So you got to bring arena energy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Does it have to be angry
Yeah,
energy?
you scared Pat.
so not once have my sons ever been worried about acting poorly because that was going to lead to repercussions.
But
from
did you
Santa.
tell them, did you say, like, hey, guys, remember, if you act poorly, there will be repercussions? If you've never said that, then you can't expect them.
Yeah, or you like, do you like hang it over their head like most parents? Like, hey, if you don't clean your room, I'm gonna give Santa a
I
call.
used to do that a little bit
Yeah.
with, I used to do this one. This is how I do it naturally. Like, if the elf on the shelf's out and Maisie's throwing a temper tantrum, I'd be like,
Elf's watching.
elf's watching.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I go. I don't do Santa will hear about this. I'm writing a letter to Santa. I'm calling Santa. I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
Because that's just straight gaslighting
Well, most
weirdo.
people do that.
It's all the same thing, though, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
lying to her anyway.
Right.
I mean,
Might as well follow through.
no, I don't like. I feel like that's a white lie a little bit. Like, elf.
But I don't tell them anything. I just thought the marketing and the culture would.
No, they probably don't believe because you didn't instill it.
The internet will raise your kids. It's fine.
That's what I thought. And then, but they never were. They're never like, oh, we shouldn't do this. We're not going to get presents from Santa.
Yeah, but you don't
Never
believe
said
in that. So if you don't believe it, if you're not instilling it, they probably don't feel that way.
But my point being, the one step further than this is Krampus actually coming to eat you if you
does
act
he?
poorly, which is way
He doesn't
better.
eat you. He just
Kidnap
takes
you,
you to
yeah.
hell.
I think it takes you to hell.
In a handbasket.
Yeah, I didn't think
There it
he
is,
ate
yeah.
you. And it sucks that it's in a basket because I feel like as soon as we enter the door of hell, that basket's just going to go up in flames because it's so dry.
Maybe it's a fire retardant burlap sack, apparently.
Okay. Oh, that's a lovely shirt. I love that, man. That is great.
Because we should use more Krampus. I know I've said this before.
Less Santa,
but-
more Krampus?
Well, just as a punishment, because they're like, even just getting some coal instead of it's not even that much of a punishment.
What about the
Krampus?
Show your kids the movie Krampus.
Yeah, like Krampus bringing you to hell in a
Yeah.
bag. Like, that's scary. That will keep you.
What does he
acting
do
straight.
with you there? Does he take you to hell in the bag and just show you around hell? Because
Hey, guys,
Or
this
does
is what's going to happen to you if you keep being bad. I have
Or does
no
he
clue.
take you to hell and he throws you in the lava with like Hitler and Mussolini and everybody like roasting?
It's just a very long, boring tour that just never ends. I think.
Okay.
That's all it is, yeah.
All right.
You know?
Also,
Like Alcatraz.
when the hands are coming up through the lava, are
Yeah.
they standing or are they?
I've always wondered that.
are
I think they have chairs.
Are they treading
No, they have
lava
chairs.
just enough to get their hands above?
No. It's
That's-
chairs like the
that's a
DMV.
weird-
And they're just putting their hands up like they're doing the wave at a Steelers game.
Because then that makes sense if like, oh, the floor is only 5 feet, so they can just get their hands, or like 5.5.
Well, I can't. You're just going to see my fingertips. When I'm there, you're
Yeah,
just
it's all
going to see
different sizes,
like
people.
where's those little fingers going? That's Dan. He's new here.
Like our
Little Danny fingertips.
I wonder if they'll give me a step stool so I could like put my hands up like everybody else.
like Yao Ming should be waist high.
He's not going to be in hell. Yao Ming's a nice man.
Well,
I've
I
met
mean,
Yao Ming, one of the nicest Chinese men you'll ever meet.
He
Yao Ming.
worked for the Chinese government. He was propaganda.
But he did the good
crazy.
stuff. No, he was doing the good stuff.
I don't know. Yao Ming was.
He was
sneaky.
in charge of pandas.
Sorry. So
We did a lot of bad in that.
Do you want to talk about their Krampus night?
That whole thing needs to be cut out. The whole Yao Ming, cut the Yao out. You got to cut the yow out.
Yeah, I think he's beloved, actually.
Yeah. He is. He's the most. I told you, he's like their biggest star. He's like their Michael Jordan.
We should do a Yao Ming Fest.
You want to do it? Let's do it with Donald Rollins' canoe. Let's do the Yao Ming Canoe Fest with Krampus.
Sorry.
Oh, my God. What if Yao Ming...
We can bring Krampus.
What if Yao Ming played Krampus? Oh, that's a giant Krampus.
Yeah.
Big Krampus.
We used to have a 7-foot tall Krampus, actually.
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Yeah. He used to.
He was like a professional cosplayer, this guy.
The first time we ever did Krampus.
You had Yao Ming?
We had Yao Ming. Yeah. Be Krampus.
Just go with it, Eric.
So is there going to be a Krampus on site?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Plenty
So
of
let's talk about this.
Yeah, so December 5th.
Danny DeVito.
Great segue. Gosh.
I said let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You stunned everybody.
That's your cue. That's your cue.
Everybody frozen
used to it.
I'll argue that that's the perfect segue. What other segue do you
Well, let's get into it.
December 5th, Krampus knocked at Hollerbox. We'll have some special food items. We will have our Krampus on site.
Hell yeah.
And people love to show up. What do you think? We had a couple dozen Krampuses there last year, I'd say.
It was great. We got a little Krampus market, too, with all kinds of creepy vendors out there.
Cool.
So like little beanies and little handmade little purses and stuff like that,
Very
T-shirts.
cool. Like good little gifts.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Like
Great,
if
yeah.
you're shopping.
Typically, they sell out, actually. So
Yeah.
people love this
My
stuff.
kids are obsessed with all the Krampus stuff. So even like at the Outfitter
Yeah, I
store,
was gonna ask you,
we
yeah.
have the little Krampus stuffies and the little squishimals. I think that's what they're called now. The
Squishmallows?
Oh,
Yeah,
Squishmallow.
so-
you have
but-
a Krampus Squishmallow?
It says something like that. There's like gnomes and Krampuses
I'll
and
snag
stuff
one
like
of those
that.
for Maisie. She is crazy about the Squishmallows.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't get it, but yeah.
Dansby has been sneaking into Maisie's room and eating the tails off of all of her Smushmallows.
Just
eating
the tails?
He eats the tails off of them, and then they come out in his poo-poo. Oh, it's hilarious.
Have society settled on the Krampus look? Because I feel like they're
Furry goat man.
well, there are a lot of different representations of Krampus out there.
Nope. I will say no because every year I still get pictures from Theo's hometown in Kilburg, and they legit cut a face hole out of like a burlap sack, and then like this giant felt tongue, and like it's super weird looking. And some people do the full furry goat man costume. Like each city, each region, it really varies, and even the stories are a little bit different from area to area.
I feel like you're tough if you come from Kilburg,
You know,
right? Like I feel like you've seen some things.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
There's a gruel.
They
involved.
appreciate coal for Christmas because it lights their fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, thank you, resources. You know, like
Yes, this is useful. Thank you
I
so
like
much.
that. Yeah, I like that.
You know, I think 2 weeks ago I took my boat into Sanford, and then I went by the market.
I saw you.
Yeah, no, I saw Chef Pat in the streets.
You trying to get free food? Weren't you? I know this guy.
Well,
I know this guy.
I
He
did
saddles
drop
up his boat. He's like, come on, make me look good in front of my boys.
Yeah. I mean, are you headed back to Hollybox right now?
Well, let me walk you through your door and ask you for a free meal.
But we went by the market, and it reminded me how awesome your guys' market is, because Crystal got a bunch of different. She got some.
Lingerie.
Some white asparagus flavor.
That's the other store.
Flavorings for soups. And,
Oh, right on.
And then my boys got some chocolates.
Well,
and,
and you guys have the German Haribo's, right?
Yeah, the
whole
real
wall.
German Haribo's.
Yeah, because they got the different like flavors. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know our strawberry in the States is not only artificially flavored, but I believe it's green. And then yours is like a light pink
They're the pink
strawberry,
ones, yeah.
and because of
They're the best.
the stringency of European like standards for their candy. I mean, like the U.S. will let us put any kind of garbage in anything, and in Europe it's not that way. So you can get the German bears. They even come with one extra flavor, which is I'm blanking on what the extra flavor you guys have.
We have so many flavors.
Yeah, but it's one in the regular
in
Gold
the
Bear
Gold
pack.
pack,
In the
yeah.
Gold Bear pack, there's one extra flavor. Our strawberry is green, which doesn't even make any sense. But their strawberry is like a light pink, and then there is a green, and I
wonder
think it's
if
apple. It's apple.
Yeah,
It's apple.
either
So
that or the Woodruff or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm a gummy bear guy, and Tom and I were talking about this, and we're old school hoof.
The German gummies have a better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Like, they chew better than American. It's
made
weird.
the
Go buy a
American-
bag side by side and do
I've
it.
read a lot about this, and they made the American ones, I believe, softer because
For babies.
we're babies.
Yeah. We're not from Kilbro.
Exactly.
So we want to ask who the lovely lady is here. With
Whoa.
You guys just have her standing in the doorway.
I don't know.
like,
Do you want to
animals.
sit down? You can come
We
sit down on
invited
the
her
couch.
on the couch here.
Yeah.
You know,
Looks like she brought some
Women
things
should be
to show
seen
off.
and not heard. No, I'm kidding.
So
What do you got there? Advent calendars?
Yeah. For
Swing
Maisie,
your
Max,
mic
and
over
Tommy.
there. What do we got? Oh, those are beautiful.
that is a, like
Advent calendar.
Yeah, thank you so much.
and
Are those at the market? Where can we get those?
They are at the market,
Cool.
and the day after Krampus night is Saint Nick at the restaurant. And if you come with your kids, you can get a free advent calendar then.
free.
Yeah.
What are you guys losing your minds?
Bad at business, just like us.
Yeah,
Giving everything away
my
for
God,
free.
this has caused
free
so much for the free stuff.
schnapps,
Causes us a
free
lot of
advent
problems.
calendars.
Yeah, but advent calendar has. I mean, that's an expensive item.
It can be. Yeah, it can be out of control, and it's the good chocolate, right?
It's that good chocolate.
It's Maisie's favorite thing is an advent calendar. Like, she absolutely loves it. And it took her a long time to get her to a place where she can't open every single one and just eat them all the same
So
day.
we just hold them all till Christmas Eve and then just eat 24 chocolates one night.
Not a bad idea.
So, Chef Pat, describe to me the perfect, like as we move into the holidays, perfect holiday dinner at Hollabox.
yeah.
And then like what you should get at the market, outfitters. You know, there's so many different places. You know, obviously Uber Keller and the beer garden
Just
upstairs.
dropping by for a beer outside
It's
is
been the whole day.
pretty awesome.
So I think the perfect holiday dinner would be renting out the Knights Hall for you and 25 of your closest friends and having a handcrafted meal by Chef Pat and my staff.
Okay, so you could. Where do you do that?
It's events, special events on
Yeah,
Hollabox?
hollabox.com.
Yeah, hollabox.com. There's links for all that stuff. But there's different tiers for that room. If not, downstairs, definitely, some schnitzel, some sausages, watch some music. We're going to have a St. Nick and a Krampus beer coming up soon for the holiday season. Definitely drinking some of that.
Should we do the
I was
TD
thinking-
Media Christmas party dinner at Hollabox? I mean, I'm sure you could do that, because
Why don't we invite some of the 1095ers?
No. Tom ain't going to pay for all that.
Well,
No, it's 25 people.
But there's too many.
We're just going to do us? Just us there.
Yeah. I mean, there's too many 1095.
I just want Tom and Dan one at each end of the table.
Yeah, I want to be alone, though. I want to be like, I want to eat alone.
Beauty and the Beast
I don't want to
dinner.
eat with you guys.
I'll do my annual handing out of the Christmas bonuses.
When we
We
hit
don't
on
have Butler following you in the bathroom this time.
Which will sign them the
Yeah,
cards.
he signed him in the bathroom
all
with
over.
pee-pee hands. He signed it with pee-pee hands. I saw it. He signed it. Here's the sad
My
part.
envelope was still wet.
Here's the sad part. You know when you go into, you're not going to know because you're a lovely lady, but when you walk up to the urinal, you have the big metal bar in the front, and then you have a little shelf. It's normally the shelf where you put your beer. Tom didn't put a beer there. He put a card there, and he signed Tom on it, and then I also signed Dan, and we signed it on the urinal. We signed our bonuses on the urinal.
I leaned over. I'm like, I left him in the bathroom. Go in there and sign them all. I don't know why we were signing
you were
them.
doing like
the
Fredo.
night
It's like
of.
the guns under the
No
toilet.
playing
It was
band.
it was like The Godfather. I went in there
I think
and
I
the
got him at
cards.
CVS when I was like down the street.
Probably.
Yeah, and then I signed it. Then I flushed, and then those things are like it's all just pipe. The thing just starts. No, it just starts leaking water. They always leak. Name a urinal that doesn't leak, and you flush it, and it got a little on there, but it's clean water.
So I know that Hollabox has a couch in the Sanford Couch Races.
They do. How do you
We
guys
do.
think your chances are this year?
I mean, Bicicleta built it for us, so I mean, we're easily
Oh,
going to
is
win.
this a new one or the same one as last
Oh,
year?
if our couches don't win, we put them out the pasture.
Oh,
We're gonna race
really?
the same
Wow.
couch twice.
We
So
don't
that
do
means
that.
we
We
have
keep doing
14
this.
couches.
We keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Every year we bring the same couch and we lose.
Yeah, now it seems like once Audi got out, then all of a sudden it opened up to everyone. Then I thought, Tom and Dan couch was going to win. We had Seth the one year, then a wheel fell off. BDM Josh built us a new couch this year, so we're coming into it.
Josh is a smart man
with
too.
a brand new couch as well. But then all of a sudden the CrossFit guys they come in and it's like, well,
Oh,
you
those
do,
guys, yeah.
you do CrossFit every day,
Yeah,
like
yeah. You
everyone's
shouldn't be
ripped.
allowed to do this. Is a goofy,
6'3"
lumpy person sport. You're not supposed to be out here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is for those of us that like to have
Keep
fun.
to the real races.
When we started couch racing, everybody was drunk and
This is fat dad
Yeah,
racing.
it was supposed to be fun, and now it's not fun because you guys guys come
real
out there.
competition.
This is so bartenders can get off their Sunday shifts and have
Yeah.
some fun.
These are guys that come out there and they're like, "Hey, look at my box jump." You know, I'm like, I don't get out of here.
Have you seen like the memories of the original couch races from? Like,
There was blood.
Oh, yeah.
from a decade
was
ago.
blood.
It was like me and
I
Dan-
raced like the first 3 races.
You did?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Eric
Me
raced.
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Eric
wonder why we
raced.
lost.
Oh no! You did it.
That
You
was
did.
in your prime, my
You
guy.
There were
did.
some actual
You were
injuries
great.
in those first couple of years.
But we had a guy face plant. We had a guy bust his knee.
we had a flamethrower on
Oh, and
one
then
of our
collisions
couches.
at the corners because you had to turn the same corner at the same time in opposite directions.
I missed
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do miss that.
Yeah,
There were
that was
there were a couple
chaos,
head-to-heads.
man.
I do miss that. The regulation ruined the sport. I mean,
Thanks, Mike
Well,
Smith.
we had to. I mean, like I remember.
regulation ruined the sport.
I remember people were bloody, like
was blood.
Yeah, they were like people were getting into fist fights.
Oh, yeah, there were fights.
and then I think everybody was like, "This is gonna end poorly. Like we have to change this." But I saw pictures the other day of me and Daniel standing on a trailer, and then Paul like brought out like 2 big 1980s like speakers.
Yeah, and we were just plugged into 2 speakers.
Yeah, and then we were just calling the races.
And I think I was-
tent blazing.
I was
sun.
playing the music off of my iPhone.
Yeah.
like Bluetooth it.
And now it's
Look at you now.
Thousands.
So corporate now.
Yeah, I know.
Look at us now. We're like,
well,
I'm Dwayne Johnson, and welcome to Silver and Suds.
Everyone has professional couch races.
And Tom's going to wear his purple suit, I was told, to the sofa races.
I see it hanging in waiting.
I wanted to get a mannequin when he was off on his trip. I tried to get a mannequin. I wanted to have it on a mannequin like Batman. But you know how hard it is to find a mannequin that's just standing straight? Most mannequins are doing something like
a pose.
like doing a pose. I don't want a posed mannequin. I want a straight, like a Batman mannequin.
Well, anything else that we should talk about coming up in the Hollybox?
One other thing I think we want to do for this weekend for both Bad at Business Beer Fest and Sofa and Suds, over at The Joint, love to offer all the BDMs a special promo code for 15% off all weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so the code is just going to be what? BDM?
BDM 420?
BDM 420. Let's do it that way.
All
right. Yeah.
BDM 420.
And just say that when they give the bill?
You
or-
got to do it on your phone. So scan the QR code, put your order in, and at the very last little step, you can't use Apple Pay either, which is weird. But the very last little step, it'll ask for a promo code, and just type it in there, and 15% off, just like
All
that.
right, perfect.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Get some Wagyu sliders. Don't sleep on the wings.
good.
My God, the wings of the joint. We were just talking about the wings.
Yeah.
They're
Give
great.
us a little menu rundown quickly of like some of the things that people can get there because it's like elevated bar food. It's amazing.
Sure. So Saturday, if people get there early enough, we start brunch at 11 o'clock. So you can get tater tot loaded nachos with sausage, gravy, scrambled eggs, bacon, and cheese. We do a CBD maple syrup fried chicken on a waffle and like a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Wings are great. Wagyu sliders, all beef quarter-pound hot dogs. Best hot dog in Sanford. And the bun. It's about the bun. What else? All kinds of stuff. I get stuck on the wings.
Cheese is taking Sanford by storm.
Chopped cheese, man. I
Zwane's
haven't
chopped
heard that in
cheese, yeah.
forever.
It's nice. Got a little kick. Some spicy cherry peppers in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Moon Rocks. It's Primo Nugs tossed in CBD, hot honey, and then hot Cheeto dust.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Just go try it. You'll dig it, man.
It's inside the West End, so
Yeah.
if, just head inside the West End. Try some the Joint, delicious food. Chef Pat, Eric, thanks so much.
Yeah,
for
it's
coming
good
by.
seeing it. Hey, thanks
Thank you
so
guys.
much for being here. We appreciate the advent calendars. You guys are so sweet. We appreciate that.
And those are like my 2 sons. They will want an advent calendar, so you're going to leave those there, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We'll
work a deal out.
I thought you just brought them to the show and then they leave.
He said our kids' names.
Well,
You
just
didn't hear Pat?
reminding.
Pat said that. He goes, that's for Tommy, Max, and me. He knew
I
their
was just
names.
making sure.
He knew their names.
Because then you leave fast,
Yeah,
and then
but
my sons are disappointed.
need to
I'm
do
like,
that.
You can't buy a goddamn advent calendar.
Well, I was
In
like,
that case, no, we're taking it back.
I expect them. This is where I get my advent calendars every year.
Yeah.
Chef Pat brings them in.
Exactly.
Anyway,
All
all
right.
right, we'll be right back.
Don't be cheap like Tom.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hey, what's going on?
This will be
I
the
like
last time I plug it on our corporate time, but our beer fest is this weekend, and Sofa and Suds is the next day on Sunday.
You're not gonna
Saturday
believe
and
this.
Sunday in Sanford. We'll be out there.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but we did get a comment on our YouTube channel, and I've been doing this for, let's just say 30 years, okay? Just to be done with it. And they said, whenever you guys have an event, I just get so tired of the plug. I'm like, I don't think we're those guys. We're that's something new.
What do you
We're
mean?
new at plugging. Normally, we're not the best at it. We're not good at telling everybody what's going on.
It's not like we have an event every weekend.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This is a big weekend.
I was actually surprised that we got a comment about it. That means we're doing it right.
Does it?
I think so.
It means we're plugging it too much. We got to complain about it.
Well, that person might be one of the people that listen to all the shows.
Yeah,
not everybody listens to every show.
It's not always just one complaint. You don't turn the ship just because one person says it's too much.
See, I go back and forth. I'm like, do we even need to say it? I'm like, everybody sees everything through social media now.
We do need to say it.
No, because people will message me, when's your beer fest again?
Yeah, we got to snap them out of it. I think they're days, dude. I think we need to...
Since COVID happened, nobody knows what the hell's going on.
No, I mean, I don't know. But I do think we need to say it to them because I think everybody's in a trance. We got to say, come on, hey, over here, beer fest. We got free beer fest going on.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. The world
No
will
way
never
to know.
But let's introduce our guest. We don't get to see this guy enough, but he's on our couch right now. We're going to talk about entertainment. It is our good friend from the Cinema Crespediso podcast, Mr. Chris Crespo.
Hey, what's up, guys? I heard that if you're trying to get a message out there, the day you are sick of saying that message, that's when people finally hear you for the first time.
All right.
Like you got to do it so often, so hard. You got to be so annoying about it.
Yeah,
well, that was day one for me, Chris. I was like, I don't even want to talk. I'm just like, where it is, the internet.
Yeah.
You would think so.
I know.
He gets tired of it, and then he starts pulling back, and he's like,
But
fine.
Until we're standing there, and then I'm loading all these gift bags and sample cups back into my truck.
No.
And then I'm like, well, that's it.
No, they'll have
Yeah, should have backed off. Should have pressed the gas.
They'll have a dumpster there, I'm sure.
What's been going on, man? How you been?
I've been good, busy, been trying to go to the theater as often as possible to support the thing that I love so much since so many people aren't going,
Is that the thing now? Like, is it, are we at a, now everything
I
is...
don't know, man. Every time I've gone, it's been pretty packed.
They go for the blockbusters, right?
It depends. The big movies are still making money. Case in point, the Taylor Swift movie that made a record amount of money.
Do we call that a movie?
Thank you. I don't call that a movie.
Yeah, it's a concert movie.
But
it's a genre.
It's
concert.
a filmed concert.
That's a movie.
No,
that's not a movie. There's
it's
a
not
script.
A movie.
No, they don't need a script.
No
a script.
actors.
You know how many movies get made without a script? Don't be
it's not
naive.
A movie. No
Don't be
movie
naive.
there. I don't see a movie.
No, it's a movie.
I've heard that it's like
Best picture at the Oscars, Taylor Swift movie.
Oh wow!
The only
might as well, right?
Like people are seeing the blockbusters, and that's where everybody's making the money.
Sure, the Barbenheimer lifted up the box office this summer. Without Barbenheimer, it would have been a pathetic summer box office.
And then that's influencing obviously the industry because they're like, well, the only way to make money is to make these giant blockbusters.
It becomes a cycle. People say, Hollywood's out of ideas. I want something new and original, and then they make something new and original, and no one goes and sees it. And then, the next huge IP comes out, a video game movie or whatever. Super Mario Brothers 2, Five Nights at Freddy's. They're going to make another 2, 3, 4 of those probably now because it made so much money. Yeah, they're looking for IPs and things that people already know. Because that's what people go to. They claim they want more original stuff, but they don't go to the original stuff. Those are lies.
Yeah, but they just want flashy action.
Spectacle.
They don't want to think.
Right.
I was talking about that today with Daniel.
Yeah, we were talking about that all
don't
morning.
They want any value or substance? No.
Yeah.
Not the mainstream, no.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy all that stuff. I love those kind of movies, but to also ignore all the other stuff, that's why then it becomes harder to see something more original or see people take those advantages
Maybe it's as simple as nothing is general for everybody.
Right.
But substance is subjective. Like what you find interesting, is going to be different than, 100% of everybody, but just sitting and having nothing or doing the least amount. Everybody can get on board with being lazy. You know what I mean? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know.
And it's easy to follow. You don't have to think too much. And that's
less decision
Five
fatigue.
Nights at Freddy's, horror movies.
I heard nothing good about that, but I heard nothing really bad about that.
I thought it was a fun watch. I watched it.
It was good?
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed because the concept is so great. But then, pretty quickly, I was reminded it's a PG. Watch the movie. It's PG-13, so they're not going to really go for a lot of scares or anything.
I'm okay with that, though.
That's fine.
Right. You're not. You don't like that stuff.
You know who's okay with it?
And I was not familiar with the game at all.
Yeah, me neither. I read about it on Wikipedia after watching the movie.
Yeah, the game was fun.
Yeah, it seems like a cool, fun game. But you know who's fine with the way the movie was made? The $80 million worth of people who bought tickets for an opening weekend.
Their kids. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, because it's also a lot of these games came out 10 years ago, so 13-year-olds 20-year-olds were playing it then.
Right.
Now those people are in their early 20s with disposable income. They want to go see a movie based on their video game that they like when they were a kid. You know, it's nostalgia for them, you know, in a way.
And there's supposed to be, I heard, Nintendo is thinking about putting out a live-action Zelda game now.
It's already,
movie.
Yeah, it's being produced. The guy that
so now
produced...
they're just doing video game movies.
Yeah, that's the next thing, because everyone can see. They've been talking about the superhero fatigue.
Yeah, but
video game movies are the next big thing. Super Mario made a $140 million opening weekend. Five Nights at Freddy's made $80 million, which was more than people expected. So that's right after that's when Zelda got greenlit.
Zelda's so beloved. They
can mess it up.
That's a super dangerous game. I said the same thing with Mario, and you hit it. And you hit it with, like, in my opinion, a voice actor that was, I mean, you didn't need Chris Pratt. Totally fine, but you could have done anybody there and it would have been just as good for me.
Sure.
But Zelda...
Especially if it's live action.
The people I know that are into Zelda are really into Zelda. I think it maybe even more so than Mario people. Like, Mario people seem to be a bit more forgiving. If you mess up Zelda...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a Mario movie that stinks. It depends on
It's campy.
I find it enjoyable, but it bombed when it came out.
Too.
But then there's also the Mario shows, like going back to the Captain Lou Albano one from the 80s. So people are used to Mario being like kind of janky over the years, like
What's
janky
the
versions
budget
of it.
for the Zelda movie, right?
They haven't said yet, but I'm sure it's going to be over 100.
Yeah, it's got to be humongous because, you know, you got to like try to, I don't even know how you would recreate that world. And obviously you're going to have to hide all the Easter eggs in it, like from the original Zelda games.
Yeah, people want all those
the
little things. Yeah, exactly. That was the fun part of watching the Mario movie, when they had in the background some guys like blowing into a Nintendo cartridge. It's like you got to blow into it to make it work. And,
right.
You know, it's like silly little things that make it something like that fun. Because what else are you going to watch it for?
For sure,
it's got to be fun.
Even though I played Zelda in the 80s and I know about it, I will call Link Zelda every time. Every time I see Link, I'm like, oh, Zelda. I'm like, Zelda's a princess. I know that, but I still call Link Zelda.
I think that's like Frankenstein's monster kind of thing. The monster's Frankenstein. Just shut up about it. I always hated
that. Was the first time I heard of like the name Link. I was like, Link? That's not a real name. That's stupid, you know?
So, Chris, I know that movies are being pumped out now, which the writer strike and everything did slow things down. COVID,
and then the actor strike, absolutely, things slowed down.
But I was looking up like movies that are coming out for like Thanksgiving, holidays, and there's a list of them. So let's just
including our friend Logan, who is putting out, I believe, his Christmas movie, Jingle Smells. I can't wait to watch that, man.
Well, also...
I love a good, silly kid holiday movie.
Yeah.
All on board.
That sounds fun.
All on board.
It's hard for me as an old man now to find what, like, I just type in new releases on Google and then it shows like hundreds of movies.
So many.
That's so funny.
And then I'm like, but what's the real ones? Then I literally, this is how I figured out.
I do with video game release dates and there's like thousands of stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
To find out the real ones, I have to go to the movie theater website and see what's in the movie theater. Hey, because then I'm like, all right, that narrows it down to what the industry believes will sell.
Yeah.
And those are the blockbusters or whatever. Yeah. And so I went there, and then I started going down and looking at all the new releases coming out Thanksgiving time, and I saw that a new Hunger Games is coming out.
That comes out tonight, I think.
Tonight,
Dude, the first Hunger Games movie, Sam and I bonded over it. I think it's rad.
Yeah.
I love the first.
I love all of them.
I didn't get into all of them, but I'm just saying, I'll just go as far as I know. That first one,
The
when I
books were
watched
really good.
I was like, man, this movie's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one. I saw all of them. Can't really remember much about the sequels, though, except that I think it was like 4 months after Philip Seymour Hoffman passed away, and then he's in the last movie. He was filming it while he passed, so he's in part of it. And in the beginning of the movie, he pops up, and it reminded me that he passed. I was like, oh, and I got sad. And then I was like, got taken out of the movie for like 20 minutes because I was just thinking about this dude dying at the age of like 50 something.
Yeah, super talented.
It was great.
Cat,
so
man.
good.
Yeah,
so good.
Man, what an actor.
But yeah, there's a prequel. It's like 60 something years. It's about the old President Snow character. Now he's a young, handsome, strapping young lad, and we're going to see how he goes from like idealistic, I guess, to Emperor bad guy.
So I noticed that because I saw Jennifer Lawrence wasn't in this one.
Heck no.
And then I got sad.
I don't think anybody from the originals
Man,
are in this.
I gotta tell you, as far as leaked photos go,
That's all.
She's nude in that latest movie she was in.
I gotta tell you,
No hard feelings.
She can be nude anytime she wants. Look, you
But
look
not nude like this.
No, but the one nude, the one I'm talking about, where it's like, you know what I'm talking about, where you
Close
can
up.
see, you're seeing things, she looks amazing.
So
absolutely amazing.
It's a prequel to all the other Hunger Games.
Yeah. It's like the 10th Hunger Games or whatever, as opposed to, I don't know, the movies like in the 70s or something like that.
Did people still have the crazy, like, is Lenny Kravitz going to have blue hair?
Yeah, like Viola Davis is in it. She looks crazy.
I always wanted to be one of those people, like in the Hunger Games. I don't want to be one of the hunger children that's trying to get food from my sector.
You want to live in the Pan Am where they are.
I want to wear like a tiny blue robe and like a sideways lunar hat. The blue hair, the nose ring.
Yeah, high fashion.
Walking around like kind of like Otto from Beetlejuice. I want to be like an eccentric art man,
yes,
you know?
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
My sons recently they were like, can we watch Hunger Games? And I'm like, I think we can.
I think you can.
Yeah,
I think you can.
It's as violent as a Marvel movie.
It's PG-13.
And they cut away a lot. You see a lot of shadows getting killed, you know?
But then
which
again,
I'm a big fan of. I'm with Sam. I'm okay with less violence.
Five Nights at Freddy's, they wanted to watch that because apparently that got promoted hard on YouTube.
Well, the jump scares in that are pretty scary. I watched part of that.
I showed them the trailer, and they're like, we're out on this.
Wow, okay.
It was too, like that they found too scary, but I'm like PG-13.
Well, I got to tell you, jump scares to me don't have an age. You know, like thinking about war, thinking about mortality.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's scary, but like that's an adult thing.
Those characters are creepy, especially the little kids. And you know they're taking out all of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics now.
They're like screens now, right?
Except for one.
Yeah, at one of the original locations.
Yeah, the original location in L.A., I guess, is going to keep all of the animatronic singing monsters from Chuck E. Cheese.
Cool.
And they are pulling them out. I would love to get my hands on one of them, but they're probably, you know.
I can't
probably put them in the
believe
warehouse.
Chuck E. Cheese is still in business.
They just pivot
because with all there's a million different kids play places out there, trampoline worlds, and just
experiences.
You know,
go-kart tracks, electric go-karts.
Yeah, but isn't Chuck E. Cheese more like little kids? I don't know. I don't have kids, but there's not much besides an arcade and a playground, right?
I will tell you.
I don't even think there's a playground anymore.
Really?
The last time I was at Chuck E. Cheese with my sons, there was no playground.
They are going to have a digital dance floor now because they got rid of the animatronics.
Yeah,
so.
They'll just have videos and the kids will do like hokey pokey and stuff.
It's a little lamer.
It's
way lamer.
It's all arcade games, but like ticketed arcade games.
Yeah,
and then
so you get when things like this screen
they turn into Chinese garbage. But everybody has that.
$15.
But everybody has.
There's a claw machine at Denny's. You know, you can get a stuffed animal at Denny's while you're getting a breakfast.
But all the other trampoline places and elevates and everything, they all have that.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's just the name. I think.
It's literally just a brand that's keeping it alive, which is crazy.
Entertainment is in the name.
It's correct.
I'm a little sad. I mean, this ties in, but I was a little sad. Maisie, and I know you're going to think this is insane, but she's obsessed with organizing her room. And she was going through her stuffed animals, and I looked outside of her door, and she was stuffing stuffed animals into a trash bag and getting rid of them. And there's a almost as tall as me Charles Entertainment cheese that I bought her when she was a little girl. She's throwing it in. She stuffed it in a trash bag. This bitch stuffed this in a trash bag. I shouldn't have said that, but it hurts my heart. I'm so sensitive. I am so sensitive. She stuffs that mouse in a trash bag, and I saw it out there. It's just his leg sticking out, and it made me so sad. I'm like, you're so old now.
Yeah.
And you're throwing out something that your dad gave you, and I remember that day. We had the best day at Chuck E. Cheese. Like, I always want to cry right now.
How old is she now? She's 20, 23, 24?
No, she's 8.
Yeah. Oh, my
hasn't
son,
even hit the double
Quick,
digits.
back to movies. I'm over it.
They're asking for the stuffies
or Squishmallows.
Squishmallows for Christmas this year. And I'm like, what do you...
and your boys would be friends.
But I'm also like, what do you do with them? Like, they don't even play with them. They
you cuddle with them. What do you mean?
You squish
grumpy old man?
Yeah.
No, but they don't even like it. I never see them playing with it.
Your kids are susceptible to peer pressure. They just want what everybody else talks about.
Yeah, maybe it's just being marketed to them.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's, all my friends are talking about it, and then they see it and they're like, no way, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, then they get the Squishmallow. It's like, what do I do with this thing?
Yeah.
You know
They just
what?
ignore
Grady
it.
Season says in the chat room, he says, give it away to the BDMs. I will. I'm going to take it out of the
Yeah.
trash bag. You have my word. I'm taking it out of the trash bag
Mystery
this
box?
afternoon, and I'm going to send somebody during BDM Appreciation Week, Maisie's 3-foot-tall Charles Entertainment cheese.
It's gonna show up at someone's apartment door. Like, I gotta live with this thing now.
It's this tall. It's this tall.
We can keep it in the studio.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's fun.
So, Sam brought this up. There is a Thanksgiving horror movie that
Yeah.
I haven't even. I don't
It's
remember.
not on your radar?
No, I saw the trailer for
Okay.
it.
They've shown it in front of some movies that I've seen in theaters too, so they are pushing it.
My husband was showing me the trailer, and man, it looks rough. But it's Eli Roth.
It does,
so.
yeah. It's from the director of Hostel,
Yeah.
and what's that cannibal movie he
It's
made,
really
Green Inferno,
gory.
Yeah, it's going to be intense in that way, but also probably a little. Not intentionally campy, but I'm sure it'll have like elements like
Sure.
that. Like it's a slasher movie.
Now,
Yeah.
the actual villain, the
Pilgrim, I think is
He
his
is a
name.
pilgrim,
He's a
yeah.
pilgrim.
That's
Okay.
that's like
Oh,
with the
the
pilgrim mask.
pilgrim.
I think it looks awesome in the trailer when he's coming at you with an axe. Like that actually is a pretty good
It's
looking
a great
like slasher.
concept, and it does take place in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Perfect. So yeah,
all
you got to
right.
hit all those
Yeah.
notes as hard as possible.
Is it like a zombie scenario of a
No.
No,
ancient
it's a
pilgrim?
revenge, I think.
No, it's like a Friday the 13th Halloween kind of movie, or more like Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas. These are holiday-based movies where there's a killer going around killing people.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Christmas was the one set in a sorority house, right? And someone's like trying to kill all the girls in the house, and then it remade it and kind of flipped it around in a fun way.
Wow, this is super gory.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
dude.
looks intense. You
I'm
see the
watching
girl in the oven?
trailer.
There's a woman in the oven at the end of the trailer.
Yes.
a woman in the oven.
Don't watch it.
Woo, baby.
It's,
Hold on. Let me go find the oven lady.
And I'll tell you the fun thing about this is this is a joke that took like 16, 17 years to pay off. Do you guys remember the Grindhouse double feature
Yes.
that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino
This
did?
is one of the trailers.
One of the fake trailers. Eli Roth did a fake trailer for a movie called Thanksgiving, and that trailer made it look like the fake Grindhouse aesthetic, like, oh, we found this old trailer from a 70s movie we're going to play it. Obviously, they didn't film it that way.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like a modern movie, which I think is smart. But yeah, it was a fake trailer called Thanksgiving,
Wow, I
and
don't
it's pretty
remember
much this setup. So that, Machete, and Hobo with a Shotgun all became real movies based on those Grindhouse fake trailers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty funny.
I like that. That's almost like working backwards.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, they came up with the concept first, and then years later, I think we can actually turn this into a full movie.
Yeah, these type of movies, I wish I want to watch them because they seem like
It seems fun.
They seem fun, but after seeing someone like the person acting like they're fearful and then someone stabbing them like 18 times in the back, like
It could be pretty intense.
I'm kind of like I need to go do something else.
Yeah, it's
I don't
pretty
know
funny.
why I feel that way.
And also the movie starring sexiest man in the world.
Yeah,
Patrick Dempsey. Yeah.
Oh, he's in this movie?
Yeah.
He's in that and in the Ferrari movie that's coming out, which is why he's the sexiest person alive.
Right.
If you ever wonder why someone's the sexiest
Yeah.
person alive,
They got something going on.
Look to see what's coming out in the next month or so. When Paul Rudd was it a year ago? Was Paul Rudd? Ant-Man was coming out like a month later. So
interesting.
That's the secret there.
So another trailer I saw that it has a famous name and it's a history movie.
Yeah.
That I was like, well, I'm interested in history and this particular character, but I have no interest in seeing this movie whatsoever.
Really?
And
Why?
it's Napoleon.
No, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm
man.
excited for
Really?
that.
Because
Yeah.
it looks super twisted. Like, it looks like that
And
guy.
Joaquin is so
yeah,
good.
and he looks like a stone cold. I didn't know this about Napoleon. I mean, obviously, I should watch it because, hey, go short guys. But, like, I think that he was, like, stone cold, right? They laughed at him and everything, and he's like, no, I'm just going to take this place over and I'm going to kill everybody.
He was brutal. He was brutal and a smart tactician, and also it's a Ridley Scott
Like
movie.
a war genius, right?
Yeah, he's a war genius.
Like, some of his tactics, they say, are even employed today,
Yeah.
like in modern warfare or something. I'm like, really?
Yeah, he was on the cutting edge, I guess, of how to kill a lot of people in a short amount of time, and took over so much. I mean, he named himself Emperor, and everyone was like, yes, you're an Emperor Napoleon. You got it, buddy.
The reason I like those type of movies isn't necessarily for the movie, but the scale of what they do is always fascinating to me.
Yeah, and then how they recreate that in the movie. Yeah, it's
I like
pretty
the
impressive.
scenes. The most impressive scenes to me of those are like, let's say they have a setup scene of like Napoleon at some sort of battle. That first scene where you see what appears to be like 100,000 people that have been computer generated on the field. I don't know. That stuff's fascinating to me.
Yeah, that stuff's always looking better and better.
Yeah, it really does. And then some of them, I like the ones where they're like, oh no, we actually had 100,000 people out there. Like,
yeah,
what?
Especially when it's like an older movie, like if like a movie from the 70s or 60s, they want to do a battle scene.
Would do it.
They had to just truck out tens of thousands of people into a field and have them like recreate scenes and battle scenes and film it.
You know, the worst part about the huge, elaborate battle scenes with so many people, and this happened in Braveheart, and for whatever reason, there's a scene in Braveheart during a battle scene where I'm focusing on are like two guys fighting far, like 300 yards away, and I can tell they're fake fighting. They're just like,
because the camera's so far away, like, you can't see us. Don't work fine.
I can see you.
But they're not trying their hardest at all. They're fake fighting, and then the whole scene is ruined for me. The whole movie is ruined because there's two guys fake fighting in the background.
It's so funny.
And then I can imagine myself as a director being mad every time I'm editing the scene.
You got to cut them out.
And then I see that, and then I'm like, I want to make sure these guys never work in Hollywood again. they're not putting they're all into it. It's like
you ruined my movie.
Like you are two guys that are trying to kill each other, and you're barely putting effort into it.
Yeah, they're probably even talking back there. So what are you doing for dinner? And I'll just meet up. Yeah.
Okay, here's a fun fact from the chat room. CD Sarah says, Napoleon is one of history's greatest perverts. He would routinely send really dirty letters to his wife Josephine, instructing her to keep her special lady parts unwashed until he returned home from making war.
There you go. And this movie features a lot of Josephine. I saw a description of this movie. It said it ping-pongs back and forth from the battlefield to the bedroom, battlefield, bedroom. So it's all about all his war stuff and then how much he loved Josephine and how horny he was for her.
All right. Yeah. I'm horny. Maybe I am Napoleon.
Wasn't he like responsible for the slaughter of like hundreds of thousands of people?
He's not a savory cat.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you can't.
He was a conqueror, dude.
Yeah, you can't have that much power and control that much land and not kill a lot of people. Wipe out whole like towns.
Also, it's played by like Joaquin Phoenix for some reason. Any role I see him take on, I'm like, it feels like that guy tries to become that person.
Yeah, he seems like he goes pretty hard in the paint with some of his performances.
It does, like he.
The reason he got this job is because Ridley Scott saw Joker, and it was like, this guy has, even though he worked with him on Gladiator, he was like, this guy has what it takes to be Napoleon based on that movie. So his like dedication to his roles gets him more work.
He was great in Gladiator. I remember liking him, and he played such a bad guy in Gladiator that I was like, I don't like it when people I admire pull off playing a bad guy really
so well. Yeah.
You know, you're like, wow, you are a bad person.
You're so unlikable.
Yeah.
You're so
good at this.
Yeah,
so maybe naturally, maybe it tricks me into thinking that naturally you're a bad person.
It's like when you watch wrestling, people get so mad at like, well, maybe not anymore, but at the bad guy wrestlers and like curse them out. Like, this is a show. Relax, my guy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so funny.